What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another live watch party here. Game 3, Florida Panthers versus Edmonton Oilers, 1-1 in the series right now. The freaking OT series. This is definitely going 7 games like last year, and what a series it's been, especially coming off of I'll say lackluster semifinals, Western and Eastern Conference finals. Man, the Stanley Cup finals for Lord Stanley. The rematch between these two teams has delivered in spades. This intro is hilarious. It is the most Florida Panthers thing I've seen. Another one with DJ Khaled. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and YouTube. If you are watching on Twitter, consider coming over to YouTube. Our channel is the Sota Pod, and we will be live all evening for live play-by-play, commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. So don't forget to get your comments in the live chat. Vote in the poll question and get your score prediction, much like Hockey from Home in the chat here. Hockey from Home, 5-3 Oilers. Honestly, Hockey, there's one thing I like about that it's not in overtime. But I do think the Panthers are going to take this one because the Panthers are Canada's team, baby. As a Canucks fan, I just can't, somebody who grew up on Vancouver Island and, in British Columbia, I can't root for the Oilers, bro. I can't root for the Oilers. So, gotta go with the Cats again this year, guys. Gotta go with the Cats again this year. All right, national anthems are gonna start here in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy knows what's up. And shout out to the crew at THPN. If you guys like hockey watch parties, they do them pretty much daily. Well, daily during the hockey season. All right, so the lineups here tonight. I did hear that Nugent Hopkins was going to be a game time decision. It looks like he is going to be in the lineup. Corey Perry, man. He's not a rat. He's like the cockroach that just will not die, man. That will not exit the league. And he continues to be featured in long playoff runs and Stanley Cup finals. Kapanen, too, on this team, playing really well this playoff series. Draisaitl, obviously not as banged up as he was last year. Held together. I swear his ribs are being held together by glue. Brown Henry. And, Henry, great depth player as well. And the former Canuck first-round draft pick, Podkolzin, playing every single game this year with the Edmonton Oilers, and actually has been I will say, a key piece to the fourth line. And I mean, you have Arvidsson, who's far from his prime now, but like some speed on that line. Janmark this is a solid fourth line for the Edmonton Oilers. So I will say, like, more depth just this season and more depth this playoff series than they've had in years past. I do not trust this man. He's got a beautiful mustache, does Stuart Skinner, but I've not trusted Stuart Skinner in years, and I still do not trust him today, especially when you got goalie Bob on the other side, man. I mean, he went head-to-head with them last year, and we saw what happened. But yeah, man, Florida pretty damn deep as well here. It's crazy that Brad Marchand being the addition this year that has really, really helped this team. I mean, they got rats on different lines with Tkachuk and Brad Marchand, respectively. Oh, Canada, terre de nos aïeux. I found the Canadian flag. I moved, as you guys can see. I found the Canadian flag. I need to get a U.S. one eventually, but go Panthers, Canada's team, baby. Still repping Minnesota though. Gotta still rep a little Minnesota here. What do I have in view? Okay, we got Don Cherry, as you guys can see. I do have a Florida Panthers bobblehead. Yo, what's up, RJ? The greatest and fastest hockey player of all time, Pavel Bure, ladies and gentlemen. We got Pavel here. Maybe we'll keep him handy whenever Florida scores. We'll give Pavel a little head bob. It's the only Florida thing I have. I like at one point in my life, I think when I was I want to say towards the end of elementary school, early high school, I had a Florida Panthers jersey, and like the dark blue one with the old cat. It was so sick. Florida is so good. Edmonton can be so good, but so bad. It's actually insane the run they went on to get here, right? It was an interesting year. It just, every time they came to Minnesota, every time I watched the Oilers in Minnesota, they absolutely spanked the Wild, man. Oh, and I don't think Hartman was in the lineup, so we didn't even get to see fireworks between him or Kane. Good to see you, RJ, my man. Just curious, is your new place in Minnesota again? I guess you'll never know. Hockey from home. I guess you'll never know. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Puck is about to drop here. Game 3 in a very exciting series thus far. If you're watching on Twitter, what are you doing with your life? Get your ass over to YouTube. And let's get this going here. Like I said, guys, puck is about to drop in this first period. And we're going to take your guys' comments throughout the entire stream. And I was able to get the Sportsnet feed. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, face off. Oilers got it. And they send it into the Panthers zone. And Nugent Hopkins already active this opening shift. Despite being a game time decision. Oilers still keep it in the zone and a shot on net. And Bobrovsky with a nice glove save on his left side. Bro, riddle me this, chat. Why is it always the defensemen in the NHL who pop for steroids? Here we go. The Buffalo Sabres hold the 9th overall pick in the 2025 draft. The league announced Monday. The draft takes place June 27th to 28th at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. And you better believe that the Sota Pod will be hosting our, I believe it's 4th or 5th annual draft stream. And shoot, I'd probably be able to host it at the new place since there's like an abundance of room here. And the Panthers win the faceoff and send it the neutral zone, but the Edmonton Oilers, I'm gonna caught myself there. The Edmonton Oilers get it back. Oh, and a big hit on the right side. Florida player goes to the ground and a shot by Edmonton. That's gonna deflect up and out of play. Where did Bobrovsky catch that? Anyways, shot on the right side of Bobrovsky. I'm not sure if it hit the blocker or not. Okay, it did hit the blocker. I was going to say. Bobrovsky looking sharp already. Corey Perry, man. I just can't believe it, man. I just cannot believe it. I know. I mean, you can't believe it. The last hockey watch party I did was Minnesota Wild. See you later, hockey. Dude, I know. If you'd have told me that out of Bobby Ryan, Getzlaf, and Corey Perry, that Corey Perry would be the one that lasted this long, I would have called bullshit 10 years ago. Nice little opportunity by Marchand's line there for the Panthers, and we're going to have a face-off in the Edmonton zone. Who has the longer neck, by the way? Darnell Nurse or Tyler Myers? That is the real question. Like, if anyone needs net guards in the league, it's those two guys. 19:13 on the clock, by the way. I would have said you're drunk and popping pills. Yeah. Oh, an opportunity by Florida and score! To the right of Stuart Skinner. Center of the circle in Canada's team. Brad Marchand. Tabarnak. Brad Marchand puts one on the board, and I bet Z's just losing his mind right now. I don't know if the boys are still alive, but let's go. Let's go. Brad Marchand opens the scoring, ladies and gentlemen. And the Coilers go down 1. Sorry, I mean the Oilers. Guys, I grew up in British Columbia. I can't root for the Oilers. I'm sorry. I cannot root for the Oilers. As much as I love Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the Red Deer absolute legend. Shout out to the Red Deer Rebels. I remember driving to Red Deer to watch him and Dumba play. God, we are getting old, Urban. We are getting old. 4th of the series for Brad Marchand. My dad is a Cats fan. I ain't putting that last comment on stream. The American dollar is better than the Canadian dollar. I'll go that far. You know what the best country in the world though is? I was gonna play the Borat Kazakhstan theme song, but I don't want to lose fans. We got a lot of Kazakh fans and subscribers on the channel. I don't want to piss them off. 1857 men, and the Panthers are already on the board. Good old Stuart Skinner. No, that was a tough one. All of the countries are full of little girls. Shots 2 apiece. And here comes the Panthers up center. It is refreshing seeing all these Canadian ads and almost a breakaway there as they split the D with the Panthers, but great pressures. They hold the zone. Edmonton gets it back. Podkolzin sends it up center. Oilers right side outside the circle. Man, physical already. Both Panthers and Oilers players hitting the ice hard. Speaking of physical play on the ice, by the way, Ice Wars this weekend, guys. Canada versus USA. Straight up, a whole roster of bare knuckle hockey fights. All Canada on one side, all USA on the other. It's going to be awesome. Shout out to BKFC for purchasing the Ice War brand. One night tournament. One side Canadian, one side American. Bare knuckle, 2 rounds on ice, hockey gear, except for gloves, baby. It's going to be awesome. And I will be covering that on both channels, City Life and SotaPod. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. Former UFC fighters learning how to skate to get paid by BKFC is hilarious too. But anyways, face-off won by the Panthers, and I'm going to send this back into the Oilers zone. I straight up think the card is called Battle of the Nations. And it's on the border on some Indigenous reserve. Based. Gadjevich tied up behind the net. Former Canucks draft pick as well. This goes back to the blue line and a shot by the Panthers. And the Panthers chipping away at it, trying to get it back on net, but unable to do so. And this is going to go back to center. Yeah, Jonah Gadjevich was, I believe he was like a 2nd or maybe 3rd round pick of the Vancouver Canucks. 4th maybe? Not too far down the draft, but I don't think in the first 2 rounds. But anyways, his line mate in the OHL, Petrus Palmu, was this Finnish kid who was so good, and neither of them really worked out for the Canucks, but it's great to see that Jonah Gadjevich carved out a pretty tough position here with the Florida Panthers, and a nice pass as they rip through center left side. Almost got that leading pass for the tip. And man, Stuart Skinner now having to be sharp. That one didn't quite get on net, and the Oilers, they bring it back in, send it behind the net. Cycle it back to the blue line. And a shot by Bouchard, and that's going to go right through traffic, but great job by goalie Bob for covering that one up. Again, guys, if you are watching on Twitter, come over to YouTube. Oh, that was a good save. Nice right pad save by Stuart Skinner. And there's a face-off by the Panthers. And what the hell? Tripping call behind the play. And here we go. It looks like Florida is probably going to go back or on the... Oh, no. Yeah, there it is. Florida gets it. Not the power play, but they get the penalty. Draisaitl getting a little tangled up there, and here we go. Edmonton on the power play. I mean, this is what they needed, man. This is what they needed. Insane. Like, how many people? There's like 4 guys in front of the net there. Just scoops it up. Yo, Urban, by the way, he's going to get all the XP since there's like nobody watching on YouTube right now. Yo, try to get Urban's XP in the live chat on YouTube, Twitter. The random community XP that's on YouTube now that people literally are fighting for in the live chat. It's amazing. It's amazing. I got to do some like most XP per stream awards. I do have some giveaways for some for our draft show, by the way. Hoppy doesn't even know this, but I got some giveaways for you guys. All right, so right after the face-off, the puck went out, and they're trying to figure out who went out on, but looks like the face-off is going to be to the right of goalie Bob yet again. Draisaitl wins it. Back to the blue line, Evan Bouchard. Right side, trying to get it in front for a little tap-in. Unable to do so, but the Oilers still have it. Left of Bobrovsky, back to the blue line. McDavid, back to Nuge, back to the blue line, and it's going to go out all the way down. And the Florida Panthers are going to be able to get a change. Here comes the Oilers. Right side. Oilers lose it, but recovered at the blue line. Corner. Back to the blue line. Bouchard, nice move there as he was being pressured. Draisaitl, right side to McDavid. That was a beautiful pass. McDavid on net. Rebound. Unable to get it, but straight center lane. Shot. Rebound. How did goalie Bob make those two saves? How did he make those two saves, man? Right side. Oilers still have it behind the net. Oh, found McDavid in front, but too long. Oh, my God, Bobrovsky. What the fuck? What the fuck, Bobrovsky? Oh, my God. It caps at 75 or 3 comments. Dude, Bobrovsky's like on another level right now. Oh, they still haven't shot. That trickles to the right side. Up and out of play. Oh, my God. And this penalty kill group can get a change here, and goalie Bob can get a freaking breath. Dude, that is why he won a Stanley Cup that last year. This is why he's one of the greatest goaltenders in the league. Holy crap. He's so good. Like, he's been it went off the stick, man. Like, his tracking of the puck this game has been nothing short of outstanding, and it's been 5 minutes of hockey. Jeez. I should not have drank a coffee before this game because, like, dopamine is carrying. Caffeine's almost too much. I might have a heart attack here. Pass broken up by the Panthers, but puck's still in the zone. Nice centering pass and a shot, and of course, goalie Bob sliding to his right makes the save. He is not human. 1-2 Vezinas in Columbus too. Exactly. I think because sometimes, he didn't play to that Vezina level and was a little bit more inconsistent in Columbus. Oh, and Kane is pissed. Battling for position here, and it looks like he's going to get a call against him. Oh, and he is just mouthing off to the ref here. Come on, keep yapping. Double minor here. Unsportsmanlike. Cross check. I mean, if that was the call, that's weak as hell, but if that was the call, that's weak as hell. Good job by the Edmonton Oilers coach of saying, calm down. But yeah, 4-on-4 for 9 seconds, and now Florida, shirtless ass motherfucker behind the. Wait, there's a few of them. I guess that's the thing. Right call. Yeah, it's playoff hockey. I could see them letting a cross check or two go. But anyways, of course it's Kane. He almost talked himself into a double minor there. Shot by the Panthers and a good save by Skinner. Dude, I swear, man, we're going to see it someday. Someday when Kane is washed from the NHL, Jake Paul's going to fight him in boxing. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. Remember this stream. Remember when I said it. Or maybe the other Paul, but One of the Pauls is fighting him. There's beef there, bro. And I will not be covering that shit. 14:35. 148 on the power play for the Panthers. And good job by the Oilers getting this down the ice. Ref's been loving the whistle in the first all series, but I can't argue against that call for once. Hey, fair enough. I can't say it was like I can't sit here and say it wasn't a cross check. It was a cross check. Clear as day. 121. I've been watching too many LNH friggin' games on YouTube where you literally need to go freaking McSorley to get a call. We got another whistle here, guys. A little choppy first period so far. Hoppy's favorite player, Kasperi Kapanen, on the ice right now. I think Kasperi Kapanen is actually Hoppy's favorite Penguin of all time, if I'm not mistaken. Which, like, shit, you have good seasons there. Florida with it. They're keeping it in the Edmonton Oilers zone right side. Back behind the net in the corner. Nice a little pass between the legs, but Edmonton breaks that up, and it's going to go the length of the ice. Nice passing here. Jones started the play. Tkachuk shot. Whoo! Little redirection and wide, but the Florida Panthers still have it in a shot from the blue line. Fighting for it in the corner. Panthers still with possession. Nice centering pass. Backhand pass back to the blue line. Some room here to work. Top of the circle. Back to the blue line. I mean, this is just like... Again, watching the series last year, you could tell that, like, the less broken team won. Whereas, like, there's obviously injuries. Nice pass from the left side, and Skinner makes a save. 23 seconds left in the power play. Like, there's clearly injuries. I mean, every team in the playoffs, every team, especially in the Stanley Cup playoffs or Stanley Cup finals, are dealing with some injuries. But, like, last year, it was, like, sluggish fight for every, inch of ice. We're so far, way healthier and just, like, such high-level shit, man. It's so awesome to watch. Yeah, man, Kasperi Kapanen, 30 points in 40 freaking games with the Penguins. 32 the next year and 20. What a legend. What a legend. Oilers win the faceoff. That's huge, but the puck goes right to Skinner, so they're going to have to do it all over again. .21 seconds, 13:08 on the clock in this first period. Ekblad, shot, rebound, and scooped up by the Oilers. They send it down the ice. Enough time for maybe one more play, but Kane's getting ready to exit that box. Up the left side. Oh, Edmonton had it but couldn't clear. Panthers get it back behind the net, trying to leave it for someone in that left circle, but Edmonton there, they get it back. And here comes the Oilers now, full strength. McDavid evaded a big hit on the left side. Puck gets loose, though. Panthers tried to get a lead pass up the right side, but misses his mark, and this is going to be offside. Fun first period, guys. It is not disappointing. Not disappointing at all. All right. Why even have mouth guards, guys? Why even have mouth guards? David's doing his best friggin' Tkachuk impression here. Panthers come away with it. Oh, man. Was that Kane there who tried to dish out that hit? Oh, my God. Tried to friggin' take a Panthers head off. Panthers have it behind their net. Pressured by the Oilers. Losing it behind the net is the Panthers, and we're going to have a call here. Oh, my God. On Kane again? No way. No way. Was this high stick? Keep yapping. Keep yapping. I mean, it was a high stick, but... Yeah, I mean, that was a high stick. Kane again. He's getting a little too aggressive there. Kane, wait till the second and third period, like Urban said. Oh, man, he's going to lose it. If he takes another one, he is going to lose it, bro. And I am here for it. I am here for it. Somewhere Ryan Hartman is watching, just giggling right now. If anyone, if Hartman follows anybody who's watching right now, please send him an update on what's going on if he ain't watching. Yes. I'm watching on Sportsnet right now, and they just love that the Oilers are here. I mean, if it can't be Toronto in the Stanley Cup Finals, Sportsnet definitely wants the Oilers there. 20 seconds of ice time, 4 minutes in the box. Oh, Evander Kane. Never change, Evander. Never change. You gotta see him getting some more fights, though. But, yeah, this year was a weird year. I just remember, like, his first 2 years in Atlanta were so much fun. So much fun, because he was scoring goals, beating people up, and yapping. Is this UFC? Yo, what's up, Denial? How's it going? Good start to the game. All right, here we go. Power play for the Panthers. Just got off the power play, and they are back there. Another one, as DJ Khaled would say. DJ Khaled opened up the show, Denial. Another one. All right. Winning the draw. Where the Panthers, they get into the corner, back to the blue line. That trickles or bounces off the stick. Edmonton player actually sent it the length of the ice. Bobrovsky slows things down, and here come the Panthers. Stood 55 degrees, 20 mile per hour wind and rain for an hour and a half soccer. Luckily, he scored, and they won. Let's freaking go. Yeah, it's been a typical early June here in Minnesota. Nice May. Teased us with summer, and then psych. A few more weeks of meh, rainy weather. Good job clogging up the neutral zone where the Panthers. 2 backhand passes to the left side. They get over the line, and good defense by the Oilers, making them work for it here. But puck trickles to the right side, back to the blue line. Panthers shot. That doesn't get on net, but they do have it in the corner. 1-on-2, though. Sending it down the board, trying to find anyone, and they do. Right blue line. Unable to handle it, though, and Kachuk got sent down, but a beautiful job keeping the puck at the blue line with the Panthers. Up the left side, behind the net. Panthers are going to cycle this to the right side and shot at the circle. Stuart Skinner, I think, is with his blocker save. Panthers still have behind the net, back to the blue line. Still able to hold. Left side, 2-on-1 again. Reinhardt gets taken down, and Oilers are finally going to get that puck out of the zone. Fucking March energy to this June, right? That's nuts. The top 4 picks in the 2014 draft are in this series. That is crazy, right? That is crazy, right? Jones, Reinhardt. Oh, and Oilers get checked right at center. Potential 2-on-1, but slowed down with the Panthers. They keep it in. Yeah, Draisaitl, Reinhardt, Jones. Kane's ex-wife is at the game. I bet she's posted on Instagram, eh? Good to see you, buddy. Solid draft stock. Too many men call? Oh my God. Right, Ekblad, not Jones. Ekblad was the Ekblad, Reiner, Draisaitl, Bennett. Yep. Jones was the McKinnon year, right? It was Jones, McKinnon, and not in that order, but and Drouin. Fucking A, bud. Let's go Panthers. Yes, let's go Panthers. Canada's team. The Florida Panthers. Canada's team. Fuck the Oilers. I don't even actually hate Edmonton Oilers players. I just I grew up in British Columbia, man. I cannot cheer for the Oilers. They're the rival, bro. They're the rival. And I just like the Panthers. They're dope. Goalie Bob is playing out of his mind. And it's unreal to watch. Let's go. Let's go. How's your start to the week going, buddy? We're just in commercial break right now, guys. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. We got some time. Shots on goal, 8-9 in favor of the Florida Panthers, but they scored in the opening 2 minutes. Block shots, 1 apiece. I mean, the Florida Panthers might go back on the power play here. I said too many men, so we'll see. Hit 7-2. So the Oilers are being the more physical team, and they're leading the faceoff 13-5 right now. My goodness. My goodness. I'm going to game 4 Thursday, flying out to sunny Florida. Dude, that is awesome. Hey, have a great time. And I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming that game. Definitely one of game 5 or 6, obviously. But have fun, man. That's gonna be a hell of an experience. If they absolutely trounce the Oilers, throw a goddamn rubber rat on the ice for us, buddy. Throw a goddamn rubber rat on the ice for us, man. For Marchand, for Kachuk. Let's go, baby. All right, here we go. Back at it. And Oilers come away with the puck, sending it down the length of the ice. Oilers again are on the penalty kill as the Panthers take another power play. 3 rows from the glass. You see a crazy Slavic guy with a Croatian flag? That's me. I will keep my eye out for you, my friend. I will keep my eye out for you. That is awesome. 1 minute and 33 seconds. Behind Stuart Skinner. Puck goes to the blue line, but too fast for the Florida defenseman to cover. But Florida sends up the left side into the Oilers zone. Tried to send it around the corner, but that got tangled up in the boards, and the Oilers get it back, and they send it down the length of the ice. Good penalty kill so far by Edmonton. But we actually have a whistle? Oh, a penalty on Aaron Ekblad here. Bro, is this the Stanley Cup playoffs or like the refs freaking, officiating late night men's league hockey? Like, what is, okay, that was actually a pretty fucking clear chip if you ask me. I mean, Nurse might have, gone down a little willingly there, but that was pretty clear if you ask me. Refs love to blow the whistle. Yeah, dude, the refs want freaking their names on the score sheet here in the Stanley Cup Finals, man. What is this? The NFL, bro? Come on. You're the zebra. Your glory is we don't know who you are. You ain't the star of the show, bud. Nice job by the Panthers. Right side into the Edmonton zone. Little backhand pass up the boards. And somehow still able to control it, centering it, but Shaw couldn't go through, but the Panthers still have it. Trying to slow things down, sending it up the left side. They're going to change. Getting 4-on-4 now. Ekblad going to the box. 25 seconds left on 4-on-4. Then Edmonton will get a power play themselves, and Panthers have it. Send it to the blue line. Shot through center. Blocked by McDavid. That didn't even hit Stuart Skinner, but the Panthers control it at center. And they got 10 seconds to make another play. 4-on-4. Up over the line at center. Panthers have it. Nice check by the Oilers. They get the puck back and a man coming out of the box here if they want. No, they slow things down as one of their guys was checked at center ice. But now they have it. Center lane. Bob is set up, and what a glove save by Bob. Bounces out of the glove, but it doesn't matter because it bounced right to a Florida Panther, and he sent it down the length of the ice. God, Bobrovsky is putting on a hell of a performance. A hell of a performance. This is absolutely insane. "17 seconds remaining in Edmonton's power play. Oilers have it. McDavid, right side, staving off the defenseman. Spinorama sends it back to center to slow things down, and out of the box comes Ekblad, and what a hit by Ekblad as he skates to the bench, man. A freaking bowling ball ass motherfucker out here. Playoff Bob, man. He's a different animal. 6:42 left in the first period, by the way, and a lot more flow than in like the first 5 minutes. It was choppy as hell. Puck behind the net. Florida has it. Anton Lundell finds his man in front, but good defense. And it is back 5-on-5, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers have it at center. Pass to the left side. Puck dumped in. That's going to trickle all the way around the left boards, but a good job by Florida. Backhand centering pass, unable to get the shot off. And here comes Podkolzin for the Oilers, dumping it in. Bobrovsky slows things down. Kulikov. I cannot believe he's a Stanley Cup champion. I cannot believe he's still playing in the league, but somehow, some way, he's with the team that drafted him. And the Panthers, another shot doesn't get through, but stays in the zone. A lot of pressure here by the Panthers, despite them trailing in shots. Honestly, they've been the more dangerous team. I say that, but here comes... Oh my God. Evander Kane. Evander Kane, that would have been poetry. He had a partial break, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe he shot this up. Yeah, Bobrovsky didn't get a piece of this one. It was just left and wide to the glove of Bob, but that would have been poetry if Evander Kane, in what, how many seconds was that now? 35 seconds of ice time? 4 minutes in the box, but 35 seconds of ice time. If he would have scored first for the Oilers, that would have been... That honestly would have been fucking awesome. If I do say so myself. It's funny because, like, obviously, like, I'm rooting for the Panthers, but like, I'm not gonna be insanely upset. Like, if the Oilers win, they're not like Toronto, but like, you know, they're divisional rival of the team I follow. But like, if Toronto won, I'd be very angry. I'd be very angry. Which I'm just so happy they're not here anymore. Oh man. Where do you guys think Marner is heading, by the way? Because it doesn't seem like it's going to be Toronto. I did hear Tavares is going to take a cut, though, to stay there. Obviously. I mean, they're not going to pay him the same of what they're paying before. As well, he was making like 10. Like just shy of that. I remember when they signed him, man. I was in the... I believe it was either Texada or Salt Spring Island Ferry. Andrew B. What is up, buddy? How are you enjoying this game? It's a fun one, man. Andrew, fellow Canadian, huge hockey fan as well. Watches every single game. He's a big Toronto fan, but we're friends. We're friends. Marner out west. I mean, God, if Calgary was just a little bit further along, that would be fun. But I think he wants to play in an American city, which after playing in Toronto, I don't blame you. But Calgary's not as crazy as Toronto. Calgary's fans are awesome, man. Calgary, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated cities in Canada. It is one of my favorite cities. In my top 3 for sure. Maybe top 4. But still. Fucking love Cowtown. Whistle offside, I believe. Oh, no. Was that high stick that I missed on Bennett? Let's take a look here. Yeah, here's Bennett. Oh, yeah, there's a high stick. That's a high stick. Yeah. I mean, it hit the visor, so he didn't have to, do the whole thing. But, I mean, you got to sell it for the ref. I think it did nick the little bit of the left eye. Just the tip of the stick. And now the Oilers are on the power play, ladies and gentlemen. Special teams. That is the story of this period. 5 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock, and it is the Oilers' time. They killed off the penalty for the Panthers, got a little 4-on-4 action, and now they're back up a man here. And here comes McDavid, broken up in front of goalie Bob, but he's able to send it back to the right side. I'm doing great, Andrew. How you doing? The Chad Olympics. Go musical. McDavid shot. Circle, rebound, and goalie Bob. Goalie Bob. Another save. It comes out left. Yeah, musical MMA is awesome, Andrew. He's a good guy. Left side. But again, Andrew, you know the answer. I don't know what's going on with the YouTube drama. That's your drama, not mine, my friend. I just watch fights. McDavid, center, didn't like what he saw. Spins back to Bouchard. Bouchard shot a nice stick by Florida. And good defense here as well, but the puck stayed in behind the net. McDavid couldn't find him. You couldn't find Draisaitl either. Left side. Shot in, or never mind, pass in front. Good defense by the Florida Panthers. And that's going to go back to the blue line. Still pressure here. You got to imagine that these Florida penalty killers are tired as hell, and a slap shot by Bouchard. One-timer doesn't get through. Start of the series whistles. 12 seconds. Puck still held in, and McDavid with a nasty backhand pass, but that couldn't get through center, and that's going to trickle all the way down to the Edmonton zone, and we're going to have a change on both sides of the ice. Again, if you guys are watching on Twitter/X, come over to YouTube, the Sota Pod. I will comment the link in the chat. 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and we're going to have a whistle here in the Florida zone. Corey Perry, man, in front of the net. Bob is dialed, man, because there's some opportunities for rebounds there, but he was tight. Even after he, went for the puck. Face off in the Edmonton zone. My bad, guys. The whistle, I guess technically was in the Florida zone because it was an icing, but Florida with it. Left side, sharp angle shot, and that trickles back out behind the circles and down length of the ice. Jones with it. Oh, Kane and Jones get tangled up here, and Henrique almost found his man at center, but too far, and the Oilers are going to have to skate back into their zone, and Arvidsson, Kachuk, Kane, of course, Kane in the center of it. Bodies being pulled off each other here. Florida about to make it 2-0. Was there an interference call here? Is Kane going back? Dude, Kane's going back to the box. He's going to lose it. Just lose it. That's all that's going on in his head right now. And now Bennett having words with Arvidsson. Let's go, boys. All because of a little goaltender interference. Oh, I guess, yeah, Arvidsson did. Yeah, you know what, bro? He did knock him on his ass. It was behind the play, so I didn't see what happened. But yeah, Arvidsson did not. Goalie Bob, maybe. You know how kind of like Marc-Andre Fleury sometimes has a little bit more of a flamboyant style, right? It's a little flashy. I feel like that's I feel like that tumble was a little Marc-Andre tumble there. Arvidsson with the interference call, and Florida's going back on the power play. This is crazy. Back on the power play they go, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the power play they go. And it's crazy that the lone goal was scored on even strength 2 minutes into the game. Florida has it, left side of the circle. Bouncing puck, though, so had to calm things down. Centering pass doesn't go through. Shot from the blue line. That bounces back. Right side of the circle. That shot doesn't go through either. Back at the blue line, Florida. In the slot, left side. Shot, score! To the left of Stuart Skinner. Was that Verhaeghe? Was that Verhaeghe? You were right, Urban.
Exactly that.
And there it is, 2-0 off the power play. Stuart Skinner, man. He ain't no goalie, Bob. He ain't no goalie, Bob. Called it. I'm watching on Sportsnet. Oh my God, what a goal. What a beauty. What a beauty. Just over the bar. Sheesh. And that is 2-0 Cats. And as DJ Khaled would say, another one. Two minutes and 8 seconds. Shot from center. That goes left and wide. Nice little poke forward for the Panthers, but they lose it at the blue line. Edmonton with it. 7th goal of the playoffs for Verhaeghe, guys. That's awesome. He does score big goals. The commentary just said. Oh my God, dude. It's what a snipe they're showing us again. What a freaking snipe. Straight up and over. I thought it went under, like, west of the blocker, just left of the blocker, but no, it went over the shoulder and just rung around the netting so quickly. And Rodriguez with the assist. 1 minute and 37 seconds in the first period. Shots 12 to 10 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. Panthers with it in the Edmonton zone. They lose it. Edmonton to Podkolzin, and Podkolzin doing a good job, doing his job, getting it out of his zone to center and sending it down the length of the ice. But Panthers with it, but only one man at center. Can he hold on to it? No, and the Edmonton Oilers are going to get it. Darnell Nurse over the line and a shot. Blocked by Bobrovsky. Puck trickles behind the net. Off the skate of one of the Panthers players there behind the net. And that broke up the cycle for the Oilers. Panthers have it now in the corner, and it looks like both teams are going to change. Goddamn period. What a period, Andrew. What a period. A lot of penalties. A lot of penalties. How do you think what do you think the score is going to be at the end, Andrew? Who do you think wins, and what do you think the score is going to be? We got another whistle here, and look, some more ice time for Evander Kane. I mean, he has to get a goal with how much of an Evander Kane game he's been playing thus far. You know what I mean? The refs ain't taking no shit. Get it, no take no shit. 35 seconds. Edmonton has it in the corner. Oh, and a broken stick at the blue line, but unable to capitalize on that. Were the Panthers. Edmonton doing a good job getting that puck back to their defenseman. 24 seconds on the clock. Enough time for another rush. Into the Florida zone it goes, but Panthers get it back behind the net, try to cycle it up the boards, but there were the Edmonton Oilers waiting for them. Trickles out behind. Panthers have it. 7 seconds. And it's going to kill off the clock here. Shot, dump, and chase. Stuart Skinner sends it around the boards, and that will do it for the first period. Oh, not without one more shot. Not without one more shot. It's a little brouhaha here as well, brewing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Drop the gloves, boys. Drop the gloves. I mean, Evander Kane's going for it. Helmet off. There's a few players going for it. Kane's asking Tkachuk to fight. He's saying, let's go. Let's go. Bro, if Kane threw his gloves down. Oh, and Brown's going after... Who's he? Who I don't even know who he's going after right now. Bro, Brown should have thrown some punches right now. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Tkachuk is going to be a little baby back bitch at some points in this series because he can't take 5 minutes, right? Maurice ain't going to be happy with him taking 5 minutes. But I hope he fights Kane. I hope he fights Kane at some point in the series. Remember when Kane KO'd that dude from the Penguins? Yep. Didn't he beat up Brady a couple years ago? Only highlights I watched. Matthew. Zach Cassian and him with the Oilers had a big rivalry a few years ago. And he like, I think he was only like 20 or 20 or like 21 or 22 at the time. And he fought Zach Cassian, who was a big dude. Yo, Perry's still yapping here as well. Marchand just chilling. Marchand lives for this shit, right? I wonder, what's going to be called after this. So the refs just say, end of the period, clean slate, whatever. Kane is dope because he can actually play and has always just chose violence. Yeah, I believe his uncle was a pro boxer. His dad was like a boxing trainer, and he did boxing growing up. So he's just got that fighting spirit in him. And the gambling addiction, but mostly the fighting spirit. I will say, like, the refs have been calling everything. The first cross-check, it was a cross-check, but whatever. Like, I feel like they should have given Kane a little bit of a break on that one. But no, when he was with Atlanta, in his first 3 seasons, he would score, fight, yap. It was great. But I will say, Dustin Byfuglien humbling him, throwing his tracksuit in the shower, and then flipping him the bird was unbelievable. Did you hear about that story, Denial? He always doing pretty shit, sticking his stick between legs and his skates. He's like a childhood bully. Yes. He's just, he is a child sometimes, and he's a bully. But you hear what happened? Like, so he was, taking pictures, post on Instagram with like freaking stacks of bills next to his ear and things like that, doing push-ups with fucking money on his back. And the Winnipeg, there's some Winnipeg Jets fans at the time who like that. Some were like, all right, the Kane, that's fine. But like, if you're going to go on a goalless drought, like, let's stay off the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And he missed, I believe it was a team meeting prior to a game in Vancouver, then showed up to the game late in a tracksuit, not a suit. And Dustin Byfuglien threw the suit in the shower, the tracksuit in the shower. Brad Marchand hated him when he was with the Boston Bruins. Hated him when he was with the Boston Bruins, but as soon as he became a Florida Panther, I love him. I did like him when he wore the maple leaf here. I did like him when he sported this on his crest. I'll say that. All right, I'm just going to share this quickly on social, and then we'll get right back to it. We'll go over the stats, we'll go over the box score, and we'll continue to take your guys' comments. Thrashers were a fun team. Danny Heatley, Big Buff, Lil Vander Kane, Andrew Ladd. Basically, the early return of the Jets were the Thrashers. But Atlanta doesn't care about hockey. Because that was their second time there. They were the Atlanta Flames back in, I want to say, the 70s? Because Calgary was around in the 80s. That's when they won their cup in, was it 89? Did Kane try to fight Char too? I believe so. I think he actually maybe did. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, he did fight him in 2019. I can't show because they're like UFC. They just copyright shit. But here's the link to it. No, I mean, and even in Buffalo, he just had some personal shit going on. Like in Buffalo, you could see that like he was good at just cared more about off ice stuff. Anyone who squares up with Chara is a G. I'll look it up now. I was talking to Hoppy, the co-creator of the Sota Pod, the other day, and he was saying that like the players in the league at the time when Chara was there are lucky that he wasn't like a Evander Kane type of player, right? That he like played the game with somewhat honor. Now, did he absolutely like near murder people with hits throughout his career? Yes, but he didn't like headhunt, and he didn't just hunt the check, right? He hunted playing defensively and getting that puck up or carrying it through the neutral zone, clapping it, stick at the blue line in the offensive zone, poke checks, things like that, right? Like he played the game as like an elite big defender would, and and as a result, there's gonna be some big hits. But like he was no Nicholas Kronwall, who was just like seething for that blue line hit, right? Just like waiting for it. That was my game. And with how big Chara is too, he probably could have gotten away with not chicken wings, but like hurting guys with his size. And there was a few really bad ones, especially with like, I'm pretty sure Chara was the one who hit Pacioretty and almost took his head off with the board. I'm pretty sure that was Chara. But overall, like pretty respectable guy. He actually played in Prince George as well. I think a year before Bufflin made it to the team. All right. Like I said, I'm just going to share this on social. Get your comments in the live chat. How did you enjoy that first period? Do you think the Oilers are going to come back in the second? And do you think the whistles are going to be as prevalent in the second and third? Or do you think it's going to go like the other games went, like Urban said, heavy whistles in the first period, but the refs kind of putting them away a little bit in the second and third? Let me know what you guys think. All right. Oh, and those watching on Hoppy's X/Twitter account, come over to YouTube, the Sota Pod. I'm posting the link for it right now. Char, too damn big. I missed whatever you said. I watched the non-fight fight he had with him. What was that? What was I saying? Oh, I said basically long and the short of it is I said if Chara was actually like played like Nicholas Kronwall, played like Evander Kane, like played with a little bit more less honor and more like seething for the hit at the blue line, and less seething to play the proper defensive game and more seething for the hit, he would have absolutely like murdered guys. And he did. Like I believe he was the one who hit Pacioretty. Let's see. I think it was Pacioretty. I mean, he hit Pacioretty. Yeah, oof. That was also the way that the glass was set up. Check this hit out, Denial. Getting it stretchered off freaking Ryzen style. How's Dallas building their team now? Dude, I cannot believe they're thinking about walking away from Robertson. And, I was listening to K-Fan and just Vancouver radio back home because they just cover all the NHL now that the Canucks are long been out of it, right? And they were saying that, like, the Dallas Stars right now are willing to make any small adjustment they need to think that they think will get them to a cup final, not just a conference final. Management is not happy, not satisfied with anything but a cup final right now, which again goes back to my question. Why the hell would you want to move away from Robertson? What's up, Red Rubber Duck Gwyn? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Illogical Canadian? What's going on, buddy? Illogical Canadian. I like that. I like that. How you guys doing? Lundqvist's hairline is crazy, bro. I'm curious to see if his brother, because he's a twin, right? I'm curious to see if his brother got the shit end of the hairline gene. Great to see Red Rubber, Duckwin, and Illogical Canadian. Speaking of another Canadian, we got Chris Gray. Let's go Oilers. Screw the Coilers. Let's go Canada's team. The Panthers. Canada's team. Screw the Coilers. Screw the Coilers. How can you be a BC boy, Chris, and root for the Coilers? What is wrong with you? You're rooting for the enemy. That's a thing of beauty. He did survive, and he's still playing today. So there you go. There you go. I'm going Illogical Canadian on your ass here and rooting for the Panthers. As a guy born and bred in BC, I just cannot root for the Oilers to win a Stanley Cup. We're doing all right. Just dropped a like and a sub. Thank you, brother. Enjoy the game. You can just call me Duck. Okay. Better than Red Rubber. Great to see you. Hope you're enjoying the game. And thank you so much for dropping a sub and like, man. Appreciate you. We'll do the same. Hold on. We'll do the same here. Boom. Hey, we got that. Let's go. I'm just commenting in their chat. If you guys are monetized, I'm going to be the first one to donate in your chat. Hold me to that, all right? Why are all the coolest things illegal? Well, I mean, that literally could have taken Patrick's head off. My apologies for the British Columbian, but I'm a traitor when it comes to the Coilers. All right, let's go. How's your night going, Chris? Fuck, I need to get a wobbly pop soon here, I think. I was saying I shouldn't have had caffeine before this because this game got me buzzing. All right, I keep saying I'm going to share this on Twitter or in social. I haven't yet. Keep the comments coming. I'm going to get to them here in a sec. Leave it to Spoke Z, by the way. Here's a link to the brouhaha that just happened. Play the rink as it is, just a hazard of scenario. I mean, it really is a hazard. You're on what did they say in Blue Mountain State? Hockey players are a different breed. We don't bring them in the goat house. They're a different breed. They play on literally the hardest surface on earth with knives on their feet. And I believe right after that scene, a hockey skate gets stuck in the dartboard next to him. I'm dead. They play on the hardest surface on earth with knives on their feet. Oh. Okay. For everyone on X and Twitter, again, come over to YouTube, guys. Come over to YouTube. Hey, what's up? At Heavy Rotation Brewery last weekend, my kids' tourney, they had a couple solid beers. Trav, I'm actually like a hop, skip, and a jump away from Heavy Rotation. Shout out to Trav, by the way. Huge supporter of the Sota Pod on like all the live shows and our podcast for a while. So big shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for all the support. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty close to Heavy Rotation. I went there their opening week before I even moved to Minnesota. When I was visiting, I went there, and awesome spot. I can't wait to. I think I'm gonna hit them up next week again. Doing pretty decent, bro. Just about to make some chicken fried rice for supper. Nice. I'm doing good. Can't wait to actually right after this. I want to muck a quick snack, and then I'm recording the Ryzen picks and predictions video with the mighty J Wolf. So busy day. Floby, I saw you in the chat, buddy. That profile picture is scary as hell, but I saw you in there, chat, bro. How are you doing? Good to see you. Very accurate. It's legit the worst scenario for a sport to be played. Icy floor with blades on feet. And you're allowed to fight. Like it rivals box lacrosse and Calcio Storico as the most fucking badass and brutal sport there is, right? I would say Calcio Storico, ice hockey, box lacrosse in that order. Fuck, I promise you guys this summer we'll do some Calcio Storico fight. I was gonna say fight companions, but watch parties. Basically a fight companion. Dude, Calcio Storico is so sick. So sick. Rugby, soccer, American football, MMA, all mixed up into one sport. Handball, all mixed into one sport. And the only way that you're allowed to play it is if you're freaking born in Florence. And not just Florence, a certain part of Florence. We're still in intermission right now, guys, if you if you haven't noticed. Drop a like on the video, by the way, guys, if you haven't already, too. Rugby goes hard, too. I like sevens. But, yeah, a lot of my friends played rugby growing up. So they were all big rugby guys, but just I mean, sevens is my thing, and I mean Canada's a good like rugby team, anyways, internationally. But their sevens team is awesome. Have you ever gone to the World Sevens Championships that come to Vancouver every year, Chris? It is nuts, man. Like BC Place, and it's some of the craziest fans, and like New Zealand comes over, freaking. Australia comes over, all the big nations come over, and their fans are insane, man. The vibe is unreal at BC Play. I think it's like a week long, and like you get like a day ticket. So you get a ticket or like a certain pocket. I think the night games are a little bit more expensive because they put like the better matches in the evening. But you go there, you walk in the door, and you get to watch like 4 or 5 games, right, in a row. Yeah, you get that BC Place overpriced beer, but it is awesome. It is a freaking time, man. It is a freaking time. All right, I'm almost done sharing this. We've definitely ragged the puck this friggin' intermission, boys. Hey, thank you guys for liking the video. I'm seeing the likes go up. Let's try to get to 20 likes on the video. If we can even get 20 viewers, that would be awesome. But let's try to get 20 likes. All the viewers are on Twitter right now. There's like hundreds on Twitter, guys. So get over to YouTube. I still always contest that footy players are for the most part better athletes than hockey players. Just definitely more soy usually. Better athletes, yes. I would say the same. I mean, they can run for days and are absolutely like shredded. But yes, they are almost as big of sissies as NBA players, which blows my mind because NBA players, some of them are like you look at LeBron James' physique, bro. He couldn't harm a fly. A fly could knock him out. Or he'd pretend to be knocked out so he could get a couple free throws. Like, I cannot stand. I don't hate basketball. I would watch the Lithuanian league. I would watch the Chinese league if it was readily available because they actually play the sport versus just flailing around like the tube men when someone just runs by them too quickly and the breeze knocks them over, bro. It's insane. Now, I haven't been to one yet, but definitely down one day as I went to the BC Lions game years ago, and it was hype. Dude, yesterday they sold out BC Place because Snoop Dogg opened up the show for them, which was pretty cool. And I think 50 Cent opened up the season for them last year. That's a show. Opened up the season for them last year, which was pretty funny. But apparently Snoop Dogg was all about it and then stayed and actually like watched some of the game. Didn't just get on the first jet back to LA like 50 Cent did. All right, here we go. We're almost back at it now. They're just going over some of the stats from the first period here. Then puck drop should be in 2 minutes. Yeah, basketball players nowadays are putting a run on soccer players' money putting a run on soccer players' money for who's the biggest softies in all of sports. Respect to Snoop Dogg, a true G and sports fan. And he's always been a hockey fan, which is cool. I think he's worked in like youth football. He's working in youth football right now. Obviously he's not super hands-on there, but like he'll go there, throw a couple balls, fun the thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's never enough. All right. Second period, ladies and gentlemen. Coffee is ready. God, I don't want to make another cup because I'm going to be up all night, and I haven't been sleeping well. Just too much going on. And I was like moving last week and busy with work and streaming, so like that was probably why. Maybe now that I'm settled in a little bit more, it'll be easier. But I have to record a 2-hour podcast after this for my other channel, so maybe I should make some coffee, Urban. You know what? Screw a wobbly pop. I'm making coffee next period. All right, there we got the puck drop, ladies and gentlemen, for the second period. As always, comment in the live chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out here. And here comes the Oilers up the left side. Couldn't get a shot on net though, as Panthers corralled the corner. Puck back to the blue line. Right side. Bouchard back to Woolman. Bouchard looking for some space. Back to Woolman. He finds that center lane, but Bobrovsky, man, he's got eyes everywhere. Bouchard shot, and somehow Bobrovsky, did he get a stick on that? Or did he get through? Regardless, he was waiting there and ready. He was waiting there and ready. Here comes the Oilers through center. Right side, back to the blue line. Cross crease, top of the circle. Great defense by the Panthers as they send it down the length of the ice. By the way, Edmonton on the power play. I forgot to say. Edmonton on the power play. 53 seconds on the clock. Yeah, Oilers power play. What the hell? You woke up at 7 p.m. Nice. Should be like 3 aside in the box, not just one ref. Makes no sense in this series. Honestly, I am very confused as to why the Edmonton Oilers got the power play. I would say, 4-on-4 with everyone in there in the box. Like everyone who was involved in that in the box, or nobody in there and they just start clean. But anyways. Good job killing the penalty here for the Panthers. Shot on net and rebound score. Corey Perry in his office. Finally rewarded for some of the hard work that he's been doing in this series in front of the net and gets the tip in. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game. That was a gift from the National Hockey League, but we got a game. Oh, you know what, though? Bobrovsky was set for a shot. I think he thought it was going to go top corner. But instead, it wasn't even a tip. He controlled it. Old man Unc Perry, ladies and gentlemen. Perry, really, dude? You're older than me? Just stop. Corey fucking Perry, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the Oilers. They're buzzing at the start of this second period. Corey Perry, 40 years of age. 40 years of age, man. He's been in the National Hockey League since 2005. He's been in the National Hockey League since 2005. 20 years. And he got freaking 30 points this year. 19 goals, man. Perry hasn't scored 19 goals since 2016-17. And he got 12 points and 9 goals in the playoffs thus far, man. Corey Perry, bro. Oh! Stuart Skinner falling to the ground. Nice shot and looking for a tip of their own as the Florida Panthers, but unable to do so. And here comes the Oilers. They dump this one in, trying to maybe just fuck with goalie Bob a little bit there with the bouncing puck. Corey Perry almost as old as your future rival Musical MMA, right? God, his promo was awesome. Oh, and yo, what a pass by Bouchard, man. What a pass by Bouchard. You know, I don't blame goalie Bob thinking that like a clapper was going to come from him. He's been throwing pucks on net all night so far, but Corey Perry, man. Again, and I said this earlier, if you would have told me that the back in the day that out of Bobby Ryan, Getzlaf, and Perry would be the last one in the league, Perry would still be scoring 19 goals at 40 years of age, I'd say you're crazy, brother. I'd say you're crazy. Urban would have said you're on pills. You're drunk and popping pills. Oh, we have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game. Face-off won by the Panthers. They send this up Center of the ice. Bouncing puck. Panthers unable to control it. But they end up poking this into the Edmonton zone. Edmonton retrieving it. Oh, and a big hit on Klingberg. And Florida with it. Florida with a short shot. Score! Stuart Skinner. Sam Reinhart with the goal, man. And Klingberg's pissed that there was no call. Klingberg is pissed that there was no call. Bro, the NHL just gave you a gift. The NHL just gave you a gift at the end of that TV timeout. Stop yapping, buddy. Stop yapping. Dude, Getzlaf was one of my favorites. I was not a Ducks fan because they were, they're a rival of the Canucks. And they were really good at that time. So, like, they were Ducks games against the Canucks back when I was growing up, or, when I was in high school. They were competitive games. But I'd liked Getzlaf. His brother actually played football in the CFL. So, big boys, man. Big boys. Just like that, 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. Another one. Dude, DJ Khaled there opening up the show. Another one. And another one. I need to get that on the soundboard. So I'm going to do at least one more stream in the series. The yapping is why Florida is the best team. They stay focused and drive the opponent nuts. And looking for reinforcements there was Florida, as it was one guy in without the puck. Stuart Skinner made a nice pass to his left, and the Edmonton Oilers are back at it. Gaining the Florida zone. Sending this puck back to the blue line. Couldn't hold the blue line, though. And Edmonton just going to dump this in and get a change. Florida controlling it here. Again, I can't believe Kulikov's still in the league, too. And I cannot believe Kulikov won a cup last year with the team that drafted him. When Kulikov came in as a young player, he was good, man. High ceiling as well. Surely didn't reach that with the Wild, but still. Another pass to try to find Perry in front, but good defense by the Panthers. 3-on-1 crowding that circle, top of the circle. And here comes Ekblad sending that one up and around the boards. Retrieving it as the Panthers trying to set it back to the blue line, but puck was broken up. Big hit by the Panthers. Puck getting to the blue line. Both teams changing. Panthers dump this one back in. Yeah, reminder, guys, if you're watching on X/Twitter, come over to YouTube and join us here. .15:05. Here comes the Oilers behind the net, trying to find anybody up front. 15 minutes on the clock. Shot from the blue line. That doesn't get through, and Panthers are going to try to send this back. Center, big hit at the blue line, forcing Edmonton to stay into the neutral zone and send this back in. Fighting in the corner. Florida been doing a good job getting the puck out of their zone, but unable to really get anything going upon chipping the puck to center. Just when I say that, up the right side, corner. A lot tighter defense here by the Oilers this second period. Oh, and puck hits the officials. Bounced off of Skinner. He wasn't able to corral it, but popped right in front of the crease. You should do a Yuri type video, especially if it's snowy there. Just have you standing in the woods at distance and zoom in saying, "Bane, I'm coming." Oh my God, I should do that. There's no more snow, as it's pretty much summer at this point. But there is a forest near my place. There's a pretty big park. That is... Oh, and a shot from the blue line by the Panthers. I am going to bookmark that because I got to do something in response, right? Even Andrew B was like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He called you out." And I was like, oh God, even Andrew B knows the lore. I was confused at first, but then I figured out what you were saying, Andrew. 13:33 on the clock. Yeah, he's okay. Any thoughts on the musical call? 13:12. Nice check in the corner there by Edmonton, but it's Florida that retrieves the puck, and they dump this one in. Stuart Skinner leaving it for his defenseman. Klingberg Trying to hit Draisaitl at center. Nice stick by Florida, and they retrieve the puck. Nice passing up center. Dumping it in. Oh, Skinner, man. That was dangerous there. Klingberg again up to Draisaitl. Draisaitl short pass. Oh, big hit on Kane. Kane back up to his feet. At the line. Losing it. Here we go. We got a breakaway. We got a 2. Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett. We had a 2-on-0 breakaway. They left it for Sam Bennett. He weaves to his right. He weaves to his left. Backhand upstairs, baby. Let's go. Canada's team. Canada's team. Let's go. 14th. Oh my God. Sam Bennett, bro. 18-year-old Sam Bennett, as Jim Houston said back in his first playoff appearance. Okay, never mind. It wasn't Kane he hit. My bad. I just saw 90. I thought it was 91. Was it Podkolzin he laid out? Regardless, Sam Bennett lays, was it 92 out? Gets the puck back. They get a freaking 2-on-0 break. Yeah, it was Podkolzin. Oof. 3-goal lead. What a shift for Bennett, man. He is earning every dollar that he's going to get paid. Damn. Bennett just put Skinner on a poster. 12:20 on the clock. What a hit, followed by the goal. And McDavid, he's gonna start getting a lot of, if not friggin' 60% of the minutes at the halfway, or the second half of this second period, I should say. And here comes the Oilers. Here comes McDavid up the left side. Nice check, breaking up the play, and Panthers get it at center. Looking to try to just send it down into the Oilers zone, and they do. That's 7:26. Sam Bennett. Unbelievable goal. Unbelievable shift. And the Panthers, despite getting checked, get the puck back and unable to get a clean shot on Stuart Skinner. Puck back at center. Sent in by Noah Gadrich, former or Vancouver Canucks draft pick, former Vancouver Canuck. But I don't even know if he ever played a game with the Canucks, to be honest. I think he just played with freaking Utica. But still, McDavid won't be there, or won't be on the bench again. No, he's going to be huffing and puffing like at the end of Game 7 last year. Let's go, man. I mean, all the big guns are shining right now for the Panthers. I mean, Bobrovsky, what an opening 5 minutes for Bobrovsky, right? All right, we're going to go to TV timeout right now. McDavid, okay, we'll be there. Won't be on the bench the rest of this period. And honestly, most of this game, most of the remainder of the game, man, he's going to be used a lot here, more than usual. They got to get back into this. They got to get back into this. And there's still a lot of hockey left in this game, right? We're at the halfway point. Four one for the Florida Panthers. 15-15 in shots. Shot blocked 9 shots of the Panthers, 7 for the Edmonton Oilers. 10-16 in hits. Yeah, Florida, at one point it was like 8-3 towards the end of the first period. So they're coming back and getting a little bit more physical here. Edmonton winning the face-off, but creeping back up are the Panthers. 5 giveaways by the Oilers right now. And then each of them have a power play goal, despite going 1 for 4 each. Unbelievable. At least the rest have put the whistles down a little bit. So who's Bennett siding with? I mean, I would love for him just to take a pay cut in term with the Panthers, and they just, like, if they win again, dude, this is the start of a potential dynasty. They could say, step aside Chicago, step aside LA. Step aside Tampa. We're the new modern dynasty. We are the best team in the state of Florida. Frig off, Leahy. I don't think he's going to do that because, man, he's probably going to cash in on like a friggin' double-digit cap hit. But do you think he's going to go out west? Even if the Oilers don't win the Stanley Cup, the tickets are going to be so damn expensive for next season. Oh yeah, I was planning to go to one game in the winter. Hey, what's up, Zesty? Good to see you. Listen to Pup today. I came in earlier and said, "Boo, these guys suck. We want Isha." Oh, they don't suck though. They are way better than I am. And the guy with the glasses, he's the co-owner of the brand, and honestly, makes the magic happen. I'm just here to do the live streams. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't put it past you. He's shown exactly why I've been wanting him in Minnesota, but I don't know if he'd do it. I just don't know. I mean, he's a Billy Guerin type of guy. But watch, he won't get 70 points, and the Minnesota Wild will get very pissed off that they gave up Rossi. But in the playoffs, a Sam Bennett, an Eriksson Ek, I mean, what a tough team to play against. How's your evening going, Zesty Drickus? 10:32 on the clock. We are back from TV timeout, by the way, and here come the Panthers. Left side shot. Nice save by Skinner. Puck goes up to the left side, and Oilers looking to try to get it back at center, but Panthers send it back in. Dump and chase. Marchand has it behind the net. Marchand losing it. Edmonton get it. Crazy what Florida teams have been doing lately in the NHL. I remember when I first started watching hockey as a kid, Tampa Bay and Panthers were both laughing stocks. Well, for me, Tampa was always pretty good, right? Like, Tampa was always pretty good. I mean, they won a Stanley Cup against the Calgary Flames mid-2000s. The year the Canucks went to the finals, I mean, Tampa was, Game 7 against the Boston Bruins. So I feel like Tampa's always been, like, pretty good. But Florida was the laughingstock for so long. I mean, Thomas Vokoun somewhere is cheersing, you know, this team of Panthers. Like, if Thomas Vokoun walked, so this Panthers could run, ladies and gentlemen. I was so sad when Vokoun took that pay cut in Washington and got that. I think that was the year Washington missed the playoffs. I was like, God damn. I did way better on a test day than I thought I was gonna do. That's awesome to hear. Especially for how hard it is in Florida. It's so random. I know, but it's finally becoming a hockey state. Not the new state of hockey, though. I don't want to hear that shit. Until they can fill up a whole NHL rink for semifinal high school hockey. Shut the fuck up, haters. Another TV timeout, by the way, guys. Canada's new capital. Florida, baby. No, it's been fun. It's been fun because the teams are so good too. Yeah, I wouldn't say Lavenstock, I guess, for Tampa Bay because Tampa didn't have Dion. Calgary and Toronto had Dion. And other solid players, they had Stamkos, LeCavalier, Valtteri Filppula. No. Didn't he just play 1 year in Tampa? He was mostly Detroit. Freeman says McDavid to the room. Oh, no. Martin St. Louis, which is crazy. He was a Calgary draft pick. They didn't give him a chance. He comes into Tampa and is one of the best fucking short college Canadian players I've ever seen. Talk about short king, man. He is the king of all the shorts. He's Montreal's coach right now. And he almost won a cup with the Rangers, right? Towards the end of his career. Martin St. Louis, I like him a lot as a player and coach. Yeah, he's one of Hoppy's actually favorite players. In Hoppy's man cave, basement / office, he's got a Martin St. Louis. Yeah, he was awesome. Great job reminding me. All right, here we go. We're back at it. 9 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Edmonton sending it around the boards. McDavid's back. Whew. Steven Stamkos, my bad. I got him mixed up with Dion for some reason. And a shot by Edmonton, and what a save by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky diving to his left. A little windmill. We got some more brouhaha. We got some fights here as everyone prepares off. We don't got fights yet, but there's some pushing and shoving. So McDavid went down to the dressing room for the TV timeout, came back. Quick little cortisone shot. No, I don't know. What? Darnell Nurse with the shot, and Bobrovsky got it close. Was it in his glove or was it just under? I don't know if it was in his glove or not, if it was like right under his wrist, but he dived to his side and falls to the ground. What a night for Sergei Bobrovsky, man. Like, unbelievable performance. The first 5 minutes of the game was peak Bobrovsky. And he's been able to make a bunch of big saves since. Come on, Evander. Let's get a fight. Dude, if Florida scores another one, Kane's fighting somebody. Kane's fighting the first person he sees. He'll get tossed. It doesn't matter. 9-12. Florida pressuring Oilers. Good forecheck. Oilers unable to get this out of their zone, and Florida has a nice pass. Behind the net, Florida. Oh, little spinorama, backhand, unable to get a rebound. Wasn't on net. Edmonton. Draisaitl with it. Nice cross-ice pass. McDavid, right side center. Nice check, and the Panthers are going to backhand that out to center. McDavid can't do shit if he's got no room. We need it so bad, dude. We need it so bad. We need it as bad as we need it in the Olympics. And those guys, and both contestants, Canada and, one or both of the Kachucks, just, take the 1 game suspension in the round robin. And a shot by Edmonton. Great save by Bobrovsky, and Kane still mixing it up here. He wants someone's head, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, Kane get absolutely throttled. I do think in a fight he does beat Kachuk. I do think Brady, no. Brady, Kane, fuck, man. That's about we need to see. But I think like Matt can fight, but he's not a hockey fighter. You know what I mean? Like he can hold his own, but he's more of a rat. Brady can fight. Brady can fight. No, Evander Kane. Patty Kane was with Detroit this year. Hey, you hear Jonathan Toews once back in the league. Fuck, he's taken a long time off, dealt with some not only just injury, but like diseases. Maybe not diseases, but he was sick for a while as well. I wonder what team gives him a chance and at what cost. Matt Sierra versus Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah. 7:58. Good job by the Oilers. Dumping this one in, but close to the net there. Searching for a rebound. Searching for another Corey Perry redirection. But great tight defense by the Florida Panthers. They got the 3-goal lead, man. They don't got to cheat at all here, but a nice cross-ice save behind the net. Back to the blue line. Oh, Bouchard eats a hit at the blue line. Corner. Nice job by the Panthers getting this one out. The Oilers had 1 minute and 3 seconds of control time in the offensive zone. Panthers finally being able to get a change and getting this back into the Oilers zone. They send it. Evander Kane. Left side. Connor Brown shot. Good job by Bobrovsky. Another beautiful pad save as he kicks that away. Edmonton able to hold the line. No, they can't. And here come the Panthers fighting for it at the Oilers line. 2-on-1. Panthers able to send this one in deep. Cosmo. What's up, Cosmo? Need to add I hope so to that poll. Fair enough. I was streaming a lot this weekend. I streamed almost like 30 hours of combat sports. and got 3 hours of sleep. Caught up in a little bit of sleep last night, but I just don't want another late night tonight. But I will say right now, Cosmo, if the Oilers come back right now and force overtime, I'm all about it. Damn, big ups to Jonathan Toews. Hopefully he comes to a Canadian team, especially the Jets. Yeah, because he's a Winnipeg boy. Fighting for it. Left side. Good job by the Oilers not allowing Florida to get any sort of break here. But the Panthers keep it in. And instead of shooting, they try to pass it to the right of Stuart Skinner. But checked there heavily. And Oilers trying to keep this one at center. But a puck trickles to the Panthers. Nice pass to the left side. But it's a little overskated the puck there. Panthers going to change, and so are the Oilers as they slow things down, and they're going to set up huge cross-ice pass, but that's going to be way off. We're going to have an icing. I don't think they're going to go to a TV timeout here. 5 minutes remaining in the second period, by the way. Florida up 4-1, man. Scoring twice in the second period, scoring twice in the first. Goals coming from Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand, Carter. Did I say Connor Verhaeghe last time? I think I did. Carter Verhaeghe. Our Minnesota boy Nate Schmidt also with a assist. Who am I missing? Yeah, Sam Reinhart, Carter Verhaeghe, Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand. Excuse me. Centering pass here for the Panthers off his mark. Puck trickles back to center. And a great hit by Forsling as he was battling McDavid for possession. This game would be an all-timer if and when Edmonton comes back. Sleeps good. OT is gooder. Every game goes to OT and we get a game 7. That's the dream. Oh, Paul Maurice's interview legend. I'm watching on Sportsnet, so I didn't see the American broadcast in between the bench freaking interview. But yes, Paul Maurice is one of my favorite coaches. Oh, nice little short pass at the top of the circle, but broken up by Edmonton. Bless you. Thank you. Yeah, Paul Maurice is one of my favorite coaches of all time. Paul Maurice, Alain Vigneault, Bob Hartnell, and freaking John Tortorella. Oh, nice hit. Sign the contract, Hank. Oh, Kachuk with a shot. Just to miss the right of Stuart Skinner. Podkolzin now with it. I mean, Podkolzin's done a good job this game of just skating that puck into the neutral zone or doing a little dump and chase. 4 minutes and 1 second. Oh my fucking God. Hank loves John Jones. I think that's his favorite fighter. Hank's become the new Mailson. Oh, and a shot just wide. Every time my name gets brought up, he's like, screw Isha. He even sent Andrew B to fight his battles. I didn't even know Hank and I were beefing. Behind the net. And here comes the Panthers. They send this one in. 3 minutes and 36 on the clock in the second period. A little cats collide behind the net, but puck stays in the Edmonton zone. Shot. And the Edmonton Oilers plug up that center line, and they're able to at least send it into the Panthers zone. Checked by Evander Kane was Nate Schmidt. But again, Nate Schmidt, former Vancouver Canuck, former Washington Capital, former Winnipeg Jet, and Minnesota boy. One of my favorite defensemen. What's up, Andrew? Still here watching. Andrew, you think your Oilers are going to come back? Oh, it wasn't. It was a blocker. I thought it was a kick save. Andrew's rooting for the Oilers, so he's on the edge of his seat right now. Right? I was streaming UFC, right? So I wasn't in Gio's chat, but people tell me things that I went back and saw, and it was just... sign the contract, buddy. Sign the contract. I ain't lying. I talked to the promoter. 3 minutes on the clock. Able to break this up was Perry, and a nice hit by Corey Perry as well. as he's able to help clear this. And a hand pass there at center ice, and we're going to get a face-off. All right, now we're going to go to a TV timeout here, ladies and gentlemen. An only goal for the Oilers scored by Corey Perry in front of the net. No assist there. No assist there, even though I will say Bouchard should have gotten the freaking assist on that with how nasty that pass. Okay, he did get the assist. Sorry. Him and Ekholm got assists. I had to literally refresh the stats. But yeah, so Ekholm and him got the assist. I was going to say, if Bouchard wasn't credited for the assist, that goal would have never happened. Florida depth shown tonight. Both Barkov and Marchand lines have been incredible. Yep. And when they're not out there, Edmonton needs to work through Tkachuk and Bennett. Just wow, what a game so far. And let's also just talk about goalie Bob, man. That first 5 minutes, right? That pressure from the Edmonton Oilers in the first 5 minutes. He made some stupid good saves and is still making some pretty good saves throughout this game. Yeah, I mean, coming off a kind of flat semifinals on both sides of the conference. God damn, has this Stanley Cup Finals been a lot of fun. Does Game 3 go to overtime? 26% of you say yes. 58% of you say no. 11% of you say ×2 overtime. Double overtime. 5% of you say triple overtime. Yeah, Bob has been great. Goalie Bob. Playoff Bob. All right. Andrew, you think they come back, buddy? You think the Panthers come back? Did you guys hear that?
It's not just the goal against in the first minute, which obviously for the home team is a big boost to get them some energy.
Okay, I was going to say, Sportsnet went to the panel, and I was like, this period's not done yet. What's going on here? You think they're going to come back? Who do you think gets the next goal for the Oilers? All right, here we go. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Draw was at center. Puck trickles into the Edmonton zone. Perry getting another one? That would be legendary. Bro, you know the States Costco dogs ain't the same as the Canadian ones, man. I was like, American Costco gives you more samples throughout the store, but Canada's food court in Costco, way better, bro. I could do without a shitty Hot Pocket in the States, and I could go for some poutine in Canada. Perry in Game 5. 4-1 for the Florida Panthers. 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the period. Shots 19-21, still narrowly leading the Edmonton Oilers in that regard, but it doesn't matter when you're down at 3 goals. Next scoring play, McJesus, German Jesus, German J, McJ. or the German Jesus to the McJesus. So Draisaitl, McDavid, they're getting points in the next one, is what you're saying. Dude, they're going to be Ekblad and Kapanen going on. It's going to be insane to see their minutes in the third period. Yeah, dude. Dude, poutine is not easy to find in the States. Well, in Minnesota anyways. But you'd think it would be with the cheese curds here. Literally only the hockey bar that's owned by the Canadian. Shout out to Tom Reed. And like random like fairs would have it. All right, looks like they're going to have offsetting miters. Ekblad and Kasperi Kapanen. Honestly, the Florida Panthers got the shit out of the stick in that one. Bouchard. Trying to just walk it right down the middle, but unable to get through the lane. Tom Reed's Wales. That's my spot, man. That's my spot. I love it. Oh, and a big glove save by Bobrovsky. Look. Bergamo's. I got to show them some love too, but let's be honest. The only reason we're at Bergamo is because we can't get a seat at Tom Reed's. Yo, A&W is Canada. Like they're actually like A&W in the States and Canada are owned by two different companies. There ain't no burger family in the States, bro. I went through the drive-thru a couple weeks ago, asked for a teen burger, and they just started laughing at me. They thought I was a freaking PDF file asking for a teen burger combo. Seriously, I think they called the cops on me. Back in the day, we used to just get mysterious big bottle of vodka from Costco. Kirkland's? Dude, I'm pretty sure... well, actually, there's still Kirkland vodka. There's still Kirkland vodka. Yeah, I'll say the liquor store in the States, Costco, is nice. Dude, Chris Gray, imagine that though. They have no idea what that is. And they get a guy rolling up to the drive-thru. Hey, can I get a teen burger combo? And they're probably like, what the fuck? They not like us. 1 minute and 22 seconds on the clock. Then I asked for a mama burger and they just told me to leave. 1 minute and 14 seconds. Dare I ask for grandpa at that point? I think there's only 3 A&Ws in the Twin Cities too. They're kind of in like the Cache Creeks of Minnesota. 58 seconds remaining, fighting for it in the corner to the right of Stuart Skinner. A little cross-check there, but, you know, it was called on Kane, but not called on this play. Or maybe it is, actually, as there's a whistle here. Darnell, I was just going to say, they called it on Kane, but not Nurse. Nope, they called it on Nurse, too. Yeah, they definitely put your face on a do not serve this guy post. I talked to my buddy about it. I was like, dude, A&W is so whack in the States. And he's like, oh, it's a completely different company. And I was like, that makes sense. Because it's as popular as Tim Hortons in Canada, I would say. Like, as far as in every town, it's people's like McDonald's always reign supreme, right? But I would say it's like A&W and Tim Hortons is next for fast food in Canada. Subway doesn't count. Fuck Subway. Oh, was it? I mean, that's a little fucking embellishment. Come on. Wallman barely touched him and he went down. I don't know about this one. I thought it was the cross check. So Wallman with the one punch, but Nurse with the cross check penalty. Dude, I was gonna say who should be wearing a neck guard more, Tyler Myers or friggin' Darnell Nurse? Yeah, right. $38 seconds. Panthers have it behind the net. 30 seconds remaining in the period. They're going to dump this in. Look for a rebound from the boards. Try to find the puck in front, but just didn't get there. And a good job by the Oilers. Sending this to the right side, out through center, and unable to hold it at the line were the Panthers. It was the cross check. It looked like he went down from the freaking little pillow hand jab. And one last shot, and that's going to do it. That is going to do it for the end of the second period. 2 goal, and there's Brad Marchand now getting in the face of Janmark. You see that? Janmark pushing me, went, ow, ow. Oh, and now he's saying, Tabarnak, saying a little bit more than that. Let's go. Florida currently living rent-free in Edmonton. Oilers head saved by the bell. A&W all day for sure. I used to think no way any Canadian food franchise could beat Tim Hortons for the most popular, but man, their fall has been legendary. Well, you know why? It's because that Brazilian company that owns like Burger King and all that shit bought it. Since then, it's been downhill. As soon as it didn't become a Canadian company anymore, and like that Brazilian company bought it, downhill. It just became a fast food joint, not a coffee and like actual soup and sandwich joint. Marchand over Rossi. Right now, yes. Hopefully someday Rossi can maybe get a little rat in him, but we'll never see it. He'll put up 70 and 80 points on a different team And we're never going to see it in Minnesota because Billy Guerin is a cheap ass fucking GM who will not pay $1 million more for Rossi. $1 million more a season. It ain't his money, bro. It ain't his money. That's like a single blueberry to the Aquilinis, bro. I don't know what. I don't know what Wild Zoner does. I don't know how he made his money. That's why I just went the Aquilini route. Someday, yet Rossi wants more money than Marchand ever got. Rossi said he'd take a freaking 7x7. Joe Smith confirmed. But no, Billy Guerin wants him at 5. Even a 7x6 or a 6.5x7. In that range. But no, 5. 5. You with Guerin on this one? I disagree. If you can get a guy at basically $4 to $5 million price, because let's be honest, that's going to be the comparison price in the next 2 years, who can score 20 even with a hurt wrist, who can play top minutes, who's not even in his prime yet, and they want to give up on him too early when they can pay him cheap. It makes no sense. But let's keep giving these old guys contracts. Let's keep giving these old guys contracts. Sad stuff that those pesky Brazilians are ruined a great place. At least they had Anderson Silva, though, I guess. That is true. That is true. Rossi isn't worth 7x7. He doesn't come across as that guy. Dude, we're not living in 2006 anymore. We're not living in even 2013 anymore. A 7x7 is what a 4x4 was. Or like, okay, 7 years is a lot. I get it, okay? But if that's what we're hung up on, then what the fuck, man? Like, then we as fans have way bigger problems. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's like the be-all, end-all for the Wild. I just think, okay, if that's the way you're looking at these guys, good luck signing Ogren. Good luck signing Yurov. Right? Right? And like, maybe they come out of the gate and do a lot better and make a bigger impact. But if that's the mentality of this GM, with the young guy with potential, but willing to give money to older guys that are still, I don't know, man. It's just, it's more how it all just kind of went about versus like just defending the player itself. But he's proved he's too good for a bridge contract, right? If he had 40 points 2 years in a row, that's one thing. But like, he's too good for a bridge contract. Again, 7. I don't like the 7. I would say 6 is fine. But there's like, and 5 years is probably what would be awesome. But like, if you want 5 years, Billy Guerin, you got to pay him a higher cap hit, right? So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. Draft and develop a center. Something Wild fans bitch about all day, every second. Even in their sleep, they're talking about it. Oh, we got was Coffee. Oh, we got Coffee. There's the next one. I swear, they're sleep talking, man. I can hear them. I can hear them through the walls of the apartment. But they get one who's willing to take a little bit, a little bit less than what market value, what some of these other guys are asking for. It's unfortunate. Shogun Huo, Mandalay Silva, man, I guess I forgive them. Charles Oliveira. Yo, what's up, Dylan? Mention this in another video. Comments, Rossi just doesn't have the experience. Minnesota and 97 won their top 6, and they're not going to pay him 6+ to play on the 4th line. Oh, yeah, I'm not suggesting that he was like, look, Del Owen, I did not say, and I'm not saying that you're saying that I said this, but like, I'm not saying that they pay him to be in the 4th line. He's not a Hines guy, and he's not a Billy Guerin guy, then sure, like, he's not going to be part of this. I just don't agree with that. And I don't agree that you are saying that it's Kirill that doesn't want to play with him, right? he's not playing on Kirill's line anyways. And who the fuck is Kirill Kaprizov to say, I don't want this guy in the top six? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you ain't Sidney Crosby. You know what I mean? You don't get to make those decisions right now. You haven't even signed the extension yet. You are far from a bench boss GM right now, Kirill Kaprizov, right? They signed your boy Zuccarello. Be happy with that right now. Be happy with that. I get what you're saying, though. Like, if he has no future on this team, which it clearly seems like it, then it is what it is. But to lowball, they should have just had a clean break then. Versus, oh, well, we'll maybe keep you here for a bridge contract when no one that puts up performances like him in 2 years get those bridge contracts anymore. But I just wish it was a clean break. That's all. He has a say. Well, he hasn't put pen to paper yet. Oh, no, he has a say for sure. They can listen to him. But if he's not on the line, bro. So you really think that Kirill Kaprizov was so disappointed with Marco Rossi's performance this year, he doesn't want him on the team anymore? Or he doesn't want him in the top six anymore? Even though Rossi was one of the guys like Boldy to help keep this team above water to make the playoffs. Like, I agree with you. Don't pay a guy $7 million, $6 million who's going to be on the fourth line. Clean break. But I don't agree with you at all in the sense that Kirill Kaprizov is now GM2 dictating who is going to be in the top six. I don't think Kirill Kaprizov has any is or B has any influence, is influencing or has any influence on that other than his boy Zuccarello. I think this is just Billy Guerin and Hines. He's not their type of player. Probably mostly Hines and then Billy Guerin, kind of. I mean, I'll say this. It's probably just both not their type of players. Or he's probably not the type of player that both of them wanted him to become, even though he helped this team make the playoffs. But anyways, yes, I don't think 97 believes Rossi's the guy to march into battle against Eichel, McKinnon, McDavid, etc. Okay, fair point. I wholeheartedly disagree, but yo, what's up, Will? Saw the game go to 4-1, and I knew it was a Netflix time. Hope you're good, bro. Great to see you, Will. Great to see you. For those who don't know, Will Bryant, my friend Will Bryant, the voice of the Medicine Hat Tigers. He did some work at the Memorial Cup this year as well. What a year to be part of that team, WHL champs. Yes, Will, we got to catch up soon, my friend. We got to catch up soon. Will and I actually worked together. We called Junior B games, which literally back in the day now, Will, for the Peninsula Panthers, where actually some NHL players came through. Funny enough, the Peninsula Panthers, both the Ben brothers. Well, that's pretty much their only. No, there was a couple other guys who played some games, but Will would be the guy to ask on that front. It's my opinion. Look at the smaller forwards in the league. Compare Rossi to them. Who's better? Almost always the other guy over Rossi. No, fair. Like, he's not the most physical guy. I think he can hold his own for sure. And I think, putting him on the third line and him being able to get second line minutes when needed is good. And I think, third and second line, I guess like, $6 million guy shouldn't be on the third or second line. Well, the way the Wild's team is constructed right now, their second line is their third line. Their third line is their second line. But look, I agree with some of your guys' points. But some of them I'm definitely not even close on the same page at all. But hey, if they can dish Rossi out to Vancouver for Elias Pettersson, you guys can have that string bean with even less balls. And I'll just smile and wave. See, I think he actually does. I just think the body just can't do it. Now, I'll say this. Towards the end of the season, I saw less of that. And obviously, you want to see it ramp up. Again, second year in the league. Second year, actually, fourth year pro, second year in the league. That $7 million is a 2006 $3 million. It's a 2013, $5 million. I really don't see the issue. Third line should be Ek. Ek is in a 1C, and Yurov likely isn't going to be a bottom 6. We don't know what Yurov is yet in the NHL, so everyone needs to calm down. Like, I have high hopes, but, like, that's the thing. Like, oh, we're just going to ship Rossi out because we got Yurov. It's like, okay, I mean, you're making a place for another young guy, but it's a gamble. It's a gamble. It's a gamble for sure. It's a gamble for sure. I just hope, you know, if they're moving on from Rossi, which they're moving on from Rossi, it's like, please give some of these, please give Ogren some minutes. Please give Yurov some minutes. Because if you're gonna move on from one of your centers that you developed, and you're still gonna dish out old guys, and Johansson's gonna get friggin' second line minutes again, then what the fuck are we doing, right? And that's the thing. Having said that, I hope Rossi succeeds wherever he goes because he's fun to watch. I think most of Wild fans were rooting for him. But don't come crying back next year when Johansson's on the second line. They still can't get past the first round of the playoffs. Because Rossi scored on the fourth line. Just saying. I just hope the Wild don't fucking mess this up, man. Because then I have to fucking watch Canucks and Wild hockey and just be depressed from two teams versus one. That'll be tough. Let's hope the Wild this year just don't have a lot of injuries too. Because 2 years back-to-back, friggin' decimated roster of injuries. This year they were able to pull through thanks to the boy you guys want to be gone. But Boldy also helped. And I hate when people were talking about Faber's regression this year. It's like, he still played fucking awesome. Just didn't get the same power play minutes. And second year, people got tape on you. A lot of 2-1s on him because people knew what he could do. But I still thought overall he played well. There you go, Spencer Carberry. Thank you, Will. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Will Bryant, guys. Super proud of my friend Will Bryant. He'll be calling NHL games before you know it, man. He'll be calling NHL games before you know it. For those who are watching, by the way, on Twitter /X, get your ass over to YouTube. Yo, gotta throw love to the N or for the North Stars hoodie. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Had to represent a little bit with some Wild. Dude, I think it's the stupidest award in pro sports. So I spit on the GM of the Year award. It makes no sense. Think about it for a second. A general manager is there to build the team, not do patchwork, bro. I am not going to commit, like, especially GMs who inherit a core that just pop the next year, then they get their GM fucking award. It's the stupidest award in pro sports. I think the GM award should be every 5 years. Every 5 years, they should give out a GM award. Because a GM award should only be given to a GM who properly maintains or builds the team. So to answer your question, I don't give a single fuck who wins the GM award this year because it's a stupid award that bears no merit, in my opinion, and is the laughing stock. It's the ugly stepchild of the trophy case, in my opinion. Having said all that, who do you guys think is going to win the GM award this year? And do you think it's as silly as me? Del Owen just like, dude, this guy's the worst Sota pod freaking face there is. Who do you think deserves it, Urban? We should be coming back to the game here in just a few minutes. Florida's GM. And see, I like that. Not in a year-to-year basis, but like, okay, yeah. Same Wild fans calling for Guerin's head. Now we're screaming for Billy G for GM of the year when MN was in first place. That's how fast things swings. Oh, absolutely. But you know what? That was 3 years ago, Delo. That was 3 years ago, right? And I think back then people were stoked because there was like hope. They were winning. He made some good hirings as far as, Judd Brackett, dude. Judd Brackett is one of the best scouts in pro hockey, and he has almost single-handedly filled the cupboards for the Minnesota Wild. I think he is more he deserves more praise than Billy Guerin right now. Oh, see, you and I definitely have different corners of Twitter because I don't agree with that either. And I saw a very different Wild. I saw the Wild split even last year. People were calling for his heads even before the collapse. So yeah, that's not true. But I will agree with you on when they had that incredible season 3 years ago. I'm really even-keeled. I see Guerin's plan. Him and the team have done a hell of a job managing the cap, unlike Dallas, who absolutely screwed themselves. Yeah, I'm definitely not a Guerin hater, but I have been critical on some of the moves recently, but I was a Kuznetsov fan, so that's why. He broke my heart. But yeah, I mean, some fans want his head, right? And like Del Owen said, some fans just swing, man. Some fans just swing. But I think that's less of like Wild fans and hockey fans and just sports fans, man. Like, I cover a lot of combat sports as well. And everyone hated Bautista, okay? Everyone hated Mario Bautista for what he did to Jose Aldo, right? I think he had to turn off DMs. He was getting so much hate. And his like family was getting threats and things like that. And oh, look, he outboxes Patchy Mix and now he's the savior. He's the savior. It's sports fans are crazy, man. Sports fans are crazy. And that's why I fucking love all you guys. Because we're all crazy. And you got to be especially crazy to be a Minnesota sports fan. Well, actually, the women are making it a little bit bearable to be a Minnesota sports fan. Shout out to the Frost. 2 years in a row. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Unfortunately, the free agent pool is trash this year. Next year probably will be too. So I'm very interested to see what trades Guerin does. See, yeah, I'm interested in I'll say I'm a little bit more concerned than I am excited, but definitely more interested. Because I'll say, Urban, you know me, I've been covering and watching the Wild for many years, covering them very closely for almost 7. Been doing the podcast and then this show for fucking 7 years now. But at the end of the day, I care about the Canucks. I have a rooting interest in the Wild and I watch more of their games. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't affect me too much. But no, Irby, you're pretty, like you said, you're pretty even keeled. And we've had, even on Twitter, we've had really good conversations, even before I was doing streaming and stuff like that. Some people are very, like you said, herky-jerky, back and forth. One day, everything's great. One day, the sky's falling. Honestly, blow it up. But they can't, because then the fans will literally blow up the fucking downtown core. They ain't coming with pitchforks this time. They're coming with fucking bombs and AKs, baby. They're going to bring the tanks in. They are going to bring the tanks in and point them at Rogers Arena. It ain't going to be the cops and military police this time. It's going to be the people. All right, we're back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Third and final period here. I doubt this thing is going to overtime unless the Oilers have one of the sickest comebacks. I would say throughout this entire playoffs. All right, third period. Yo, and big shout out to the chat here. Even if, and Urban knows this, but to our friend Cosmo. Cosmo's a dope as well. Cosmo's always here. And Del Owen. This is what sports fans do. We have conversations. We don't necessarily have to agree on everything, but I am very happy that you were here, sir. And I love talking sports with everybody. Well, I mean, they blow it up and then they lose for 3 to 5 years. Hughes will get them draft capital or young pieces. Pettersson, who knows? You can get something for DeBrusk. Demko, someone will maybe give a friggin' 4th or 3rd. Always love a good debate. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. 1833. Panthers with it in the corner. Oh, yeah. They have more in common than they ever thought coming into the league at the same time. Buffalo and Vancouver, the draft expansion draft cousins. Most channels block you if you disagree. Well, those channels, Delone, those channels are baby back bitches.
Exactly that.
There, I said it. Anyone who blocks people for disagreeing and not like trolling and freaking spamming the N-word in my chats. I'm not looking at anyone in specific here because they be banned. Then you're more than welcome here, my friend. 1813. And my perspective might just be a little bit different too, because like I said, I'm not a Wild fan, but that's the team I cover and I've been covering, and you know, it's the reason I moved to Minnesota to continue to do Sota Pod stuff, right? 1758 and a shot from the blue line. Didn't even get through the lane, battling in front of the net here. Perry in front of Bobrovsky, getting the puck back here, the Panthers. Like, some fans are like, Wild need a tank. Like, you want to Buffalo rebuild. Guerin did a rebuild with this cap hit and stays competitive. I don't know if anyone else could have done that. That's a good point. That's a good point. Again, the people who want his head, I don't get it. And we're going to have a penalty, of course, to start this one off. 17:41 on the clock. Delay of game. Oh my God, Skinner. I didn't realize it went over. I was reading chat. I didn't realize it went over. Oh my God, Skinner. Delay of game. Damn. Talk about a gift, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about a gift. Down 3 goals. Just shy of 3 minutes in to this third period. Wow. Well, here we go. Here we go. Bennett taking the faceoff for the Panthers. Never mind. Bennett just got thrown for the faceoff for the Panthers. Don't see a goalie do that very often. No. I can't even remember the last time I saw it. I did remember one time, though. It was the same. Oh, shot from the top of the circle. Hits the post. That bounces out to center. It was the same goalie. Did it twice in a row in the same period. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I want to say it was like a Ben Scrivens or something. It probably wasn't, but I remember he set like an Oilers record in saves and then just pieced the fuck out. Never did much ever again. Ooh, that hit just under the corner. Literally cut it off right before they showed the highlight. Face off, one shot from the blue line, and a beautiful save by Stuart Skinner. And that was our boy 88. Nate Schmidt with the nice shot there. Always loved Nate Schmidt. Was a huge fan when he was with the Capitals. Was a huge fan when he was in Winnipeg. I think I was his only fan when he was in Vancouver. And no, not of the site variety. 1710. Verhaeghe has it on the left side. Verhaeghe back to Schmidt. Shot. Sam Bennett looking for the rebound. And that goes up. I thought it was going to go up over the shoulder, but it hit a stick and went up. But the Panthers still have it. Blue line. One-timer. Top of the right circle. Bennett shot. And that's going to go off the mark and out of play. Whenever a Wild fan goes off the rails, I always tell him to go be a Sabres fan then, right? Oh, it was a little friggin' dick save there. The commentary didn't want to say it. He ends up losing his bounce. Nah, bro. He just saved that with his cup. Okay, I'm a little behind, but I imagine I'm going to see it off this draw. I'll refresh my shit right after this. Yeah, 22 shots to 26 for the Edmonton Oilers. Face off, blue line. Oh my God, friggin' Almost had that backdoor play there. And there it is, a little tic-tac-toe backhand shot. Oh my God. It was still as beautiful knowing it was coming. It was still as beautiful knowing it was coming, chat. Oh my God. I think just mine probably like froze at one point. I just wasn't watching it during the break, so I'm just refreshing it right now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They ain't coming back, Andrew. They ain't coming back this game. Will they come back in the series, though? It's a tight one. It's a tight one. At least the Blue Jays is back on the top. Again, 5-4. Go Mariners! I cannot stand baseball. Skinner getting the pull. I can't stand baseball, but if I did root for a team, it'd be the Mariners because that was my grandfather's favorite team. Love you, grandpa. I was gonna say love you, pops. Love you, grandfather. Love you, grandpa. Grandpa Jim. He was a huge Mariners fan through the dark days, most of their days, but a huge Ichiro Suzuki guy. So if I was to even ever buy a baseball jersey, it would be Mariners. Damn, a bit ahead of you. I'll try not to give it away. No, it's all good. It's all good, guys. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. 16:05. Sometimes I'm just like so focused into the game too. I don't read chat until after. So no worries, brother. No worries. I know a lot of us are on like some different exact times. I'm watching on Sportsnet on a different feed. So I was like, I think like 10 seconds behind or 15 seconds behind TNT's a little bit ago. But anyways, we're back at it. 5 minutes into this third period in Florida. Oh, Connor Brown looking for the backhand, but unable. Whiffed on the backhand there as he was being checked. And here comes Florida, 1-on-1 left side. Forsling able to backhand that in. He gets it back to the blue line, sends it towards the net. Puck bounces to the left side, back to the blue line as Florida's going to set up here. The spot the shot came from has been open a lot of this series from the top left circle and the bottom of the left circle. I've kind of noticed that this game too. That little no man's land there. Florida's been setting up quite a bit. Schmidt, good job setting this high into the Oilers zone. We had a whistle, yet play kept going. And now some pushing and shoving away from the play. And Arvidsson, is he getting a penalty or are they doing offsetting? They're both going at each other. I think Florida wins in 5. Thinking McDavid may have broken ribs. He definitely has been a lot quieter the second half of this game. Oh, he wasn't even checked there. He just lost control of that. He just whiffed. So it was Janmark and him kind of were wrestling a little bit. Janmark threw the final shot. I think the ref just saw the final shot there. Oh my God, Janmark's getting the roughing call, bro. See, it's like, yes, he broke the rules, but like, he's fucking playoffs, man. Let that shit fly, man. That was softer than the freaking Kane cross check. Anyways. Poor Oilers. Poor Oilers. Here we go. Panthers back on the power play. Maybe Arvidsson too. He's going to take the next one. 14-42 and Schmidt doing a good job leaving this. Drop pass. Florida comes in with speed. Nope, just one. They can come back just like game 2. To us, let's be shocked then back. They got 14:26 to score 4 goals, Andrew. They got 14:20 seconds on the clock to score 4 goals. And McDavid might be hurt, Andrew, as he did go down the tunnel in the second period for a little bit and has not been very noticeable in the second half of this game. A whistle crossing the line. Calvin Pickard now in net for the Edmonton Oilers. And he has had, how many games did he play in the playoffs so far? Because he played in the LA series, right? Oh, Calvin Pickard's got freaking gray hair now, man. 33. Oh my God. I just remember Calvin Pickard always being the young goalie here, the young goalie there. Oh, fucking Hockey DB doesn't tell playoff games. Edmonton's in trouble. Florida was playing well and winning with that top line. Barkov or Hagee. Reinhart was mostly ass. Now they've awoken. And Edmonton down Hyman. Maybe a tough hill to come, especially if McDavid's hurt. Like, if he's hurt, like, rest of this game, shot up with some cortisone, been able to come back strong for the next one in 2 days, then great. But, a little tic-tac-toe play, almost a little backdoor play there. As the pass was set up from behind the net, and a shot from outside the circle. Nice right pad save by Stuart Skinner, but Florida still has it. Ever since McDavid took that big hit earlier, Ekblad or Bennett, he went to the locker room, he came back, he's disappeared. Yep. And that was around like the 9-minute mark? 9 or 10-minute mark of the second period? Maybe a little bit more, but halfway through the period. Kachuk back. Couldn't find anything. Reinhart was on the blue line. He sends it to the right circle. Reinhart creeping in. Dude, they just move so well as a playoff or as a power play unit. These Florida Panthers. They know when to switch spots and everything. There doesn't seem to be any confusion. Good job by Ekholm breaking that up and sending this the length of the ice. Panthers still trailing the Edmonton Oilers in shots. They have this whole game, but only by 1 now. Yeah, about midway. Yo, where's our boy Hoptics, by the way? He was hanging out more in our friggin' MMA streams than the hockey stream here today. Yo, Hoptics, where you at, brother? Hoptics went to bed early. Offside. All right, going to a TV timeout. Yeah, I got a busy evening. Right after this, I'm recording I hope it's not 2 hours, but it's probably going to be 2 hours. There's a huge Japanese mixed martial arts show and kickboxing show this weekend coming up. And me and the mighty Jay Wolf. Shout out to Jay Wolf. If anybody also subscribes to the City Life Project who's watching this, you'll know Jay Wolf. He always jumps on for the Ryzen podcast. So we're doing a full preview and prediction of the big Ryzen landmark card. If anyone's into that stuff, it will be on my City Life channel on Wednesday morning. Reminds me of Tampa with Stamkos. Oh, so close so many times, yet so far. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's another Happy Gilmore. I haven't seen any of the previews. Doesn't like the new Bill and Ted come out in a couple days? Honestly, though, like, without George Carlin, even though he wasn't in the movies that much, without George Carlin, like, are they gonna bring back like AI George Carlin like Disney's been doing with the Star Wars movies? Yeah, hot take, but I'm more of Bill and Ted. Better than Happy Gilmore. And it's definitely a hot take. I'm probably wrong on that, but like, and I think I'm the only one. I think I'm the only one on the planet who likes the second Bill and Ted. The movie? All right, here we go. 12:31 in this third period. Down by 4 the Edmonton Oilers right now. Good job by the Panthers breaking up that Oilers play, and they're playing it safe here, man. Just a pass to the neutral zone and dumping it in. Bouchard sends it up, and that is way offside. 12:08. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen in this sport, but as the shit clock ticks down, as Leahy would say, shit clock's ticking, Rick. Oh, Marchand taking a penalty. Here's McDavid. And Marchand, a little hook on McDavid. Dude, Marchand knows his ribs are hurt. Marchand knows his ribs are hurt. He's taking a penalty for the team, roughing up the midsection of McDavid. And is that so crazy, given that this is Brad Marchand, to call that a stretch, Urban? I don't think that's too much of a stretch. 1 for 4 on the power play tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. This is a huge opportunity for them to come back in this game. Great hold by McDavid. You'll see on replay. He tugged on it a little bit. And a good job by the Florida Panthers sending this one back down the ice. I love Marchand's game. He is everything Rossi's missing. Watch. Rossi will develop into the new Marchand. And we'll all have to eat crow freaking Fez style. It's a beautiful blackbird. We're eating crow? 11:36 on the clock. Bouchard has it at the blue line. Looking to set up. Sends it to McDavid. McDavid outside the right circle. Or left circle. McDavid, backhand pass. Too long. Too long. He took too long, man. He took too long. Evander took too long. And Florida was able, I think it was Nosek made that block. 1 minute remaining. Russian have the skill. Is it the skill of Goudreau? So he needs grit and Marchand. I believe that's why the Wild feel that way. They do as well. It's funny though, because like he doesn't not have grit. You guys are like painting it that like he's like this, like he's softer than freaking like Elias Pettersson. Like I don't know who's another soft player out there. It's like he's not Marchand, so we don't rate him high. You know what I mean? It's especially for a guy who's still young. I don't know. I was more impressed than disappointed with how his physicality also developed from this year, from last year, but because he's not, Stanley Cup, superstar player yet, don't pay him and dish him out and send him out of town. 10:13 on the clock. And he's not as skilled as Martin St. Louis either. Let's be perfectly clear. And that ain't taking anything away from the legend Johnny Gaudreau. Of course, rest in peace. I'm just saying we got to put the king of the short kings in that conversation too, in Martin St. Louis, who's probably smaller than Rossi. 9:50. Sam Bennett dumps it in, battling behind the net. And battling on the boards here, digging at it. I was hard on Boldy, and then we finally got the Boldy I knew we could at the Four Nations and playoffs. Oh my God. Okay, no one's throwing fists yet. Okay, maybe. Who was that? Was that Kane who just jumped into it? All right, we got a freaking line brawl. Not many fists are being thrown. Only 2 fights going on right now, and if you can even call them fights. More just pushing and shoving. Little superior rule set there as we saw a knee. Ref literally holding Greer away. Okay, now we got a fight here. We got a fight here. Gadjevich doing what he does best with Nurse. Hit that neck. Yeah, I was super proud of Boldy and Rossi this season, man. They helped carry this team and get them into the playoffs when the rest of the boys were injured. Foligno had a good year as well. I mean, the guys that were healthy played well, but I gave an extra. It's actually not a bad scrap, man. Still going on here. Underhook by Nurse. Gadjevich looking for that big right hand. Oh, big right hand by Gadjevich. Nurse sticking his tongue out at him. For how soft the refs have been this game, they're letting the boys go. Get your fucking head out of the way, bro. I don't know who that broadcaster is, but fire him. Fire him instantly. Oh, let's go, kid. Kane just wants to get in there so bad. Oh, another right by Nurse. They're both dead tired. That was a good scrap, man. Dude, that was one of the best scraps we've seen in the NHL in a while. Not a lot of high energy, but they kept it going, and they were looking for that knockout shot. As far as NHL scraps go, that was a good one in a long time. But that was a good one, and we haven't seen a good one like that in a while. Dude, Jonah Gadgers, what a fucking beauty. I've been watching so much LNAH fucking like full games on YouTube and followed the ECHL playoffs and AHL playoffs that like NHL is just it's the UFC. It's softer than puppy shit. Finally. It's softer than puppy shit, but at least we get high skill and high speed, which is lacking, well, which just doesn't exist in the leagues that I like to follow. The EIHL too. I didn't follow that league too much this year, but there's a couple like Minnesota players on. Oh, what's the team name? That one team that just ripped off the Calgary Flames logo. So I watched quite a few there. I watched like 4 or 5 of their games. Best real fights is the Four Nations. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That wasn't, I know it was an NHL tournament, but that wasn't even the NHL, right? Like to watch the good fights, man, we got to watch like ECHL still. I truly think the ECHL is the most entertaining league right now, personally, because there is skill in it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's skilled. It's not super quick. Obviously, the AHL is pretty slow too. The NHL is just so much faster than anything. Like the only comparison for speed you can get to the NHL is probably the K, right? But man, the ECHL is just so entertaining. You see skill, you see nasty goals, you see some fun saves, and you see fights every single night. The LNAH is for psychos. I don't blame you guys for not watching the LNAH. But if you like brutal fights, the LNAH is where it's at. Are we getting the... everyone on the ice gets a 10-minute misconduct call again? I guess we'll find out. Only game 3, we've seen absolutely everything this series already, right? Little line brawl action. And knock on we don't. We haven't seen like an Aaron Rome type hit that takes out like Nathan Horton, but I don't want to see that because that was like the end of Nathan Horton's career. He was never the same after that. But yeah, barring like a controversial bad hit, right? And like a Rafi Torres get the fuck out of the rest of the series type of suspension, which again I'm okay with not seeing that. We have seen everything else. Yo, Greer just friggin' saw red there, man. My God. Dude, Kane wanted to be part of that so bad, dude. He was just seething, foaming from the mouth. I mean, at this point, you ain't winning, but why risk suspension, I guess, jumping off the bench? Which, again, would be praised in the LNH. You'd get a bonus for jumping off the bench and going into a fight. Florida with beards in the box. Edmonton with the baby face in the box. That's so true. It's just so insane, man, that like Seth Jones is also on the fucking Florida Panthers. All right, Gadjevic's getting ejected and the fans are loving it. Again, Jonah Gadjevich. I was stoked when the Canucks drafted him back in the day now. Like I said, he in the OHL, he played in the Owen Sound attack with a kid named Petrus Palmu that the Canucks also drafted, but in the 7th round. He never played an NHL game. But he got 98 points, 40 goals. And Gadjevich was his line mate that just cleared space for him. Gadjevich also got 46 freaking goals that year as well with the Owen Sound attack. And earned, he's a second-round pick. Yeah, second-round pick to the Vancouver Canucks. Played 1 game with Vancouver before he was traded to San Jose. And then became a staple with San Jose. Played a bit with Charlotte. And then, Panthers last year, 39 games, 42 this year. Fucking gotta love Jonah. He is playoff-type player. And I think Petrus Palmu went back to TPS Turku in Finland and, like, ripped it up. But Petrus Palmu was, like, he is what you guys are describing Rossi to be. All skill, no grit. He's a tiny little friggin' water bug out there, but yeah. And the Florida Panthers are on the power play. After all that, the Florida Panthers on the power play again? Man. And here we go. 9 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Florida at the blue line. Nugent Hopkins out there with Adam Henrique. And Nugent Hopkins is not 100% too, guys, right? He was a game time decision tonight. Back behind the net. Right wall. Back to the blue line. And the Oilers get a change and are able to force this puck back into the neutral zone. .852. Panthers trying to regroup and reset at center. Frederick started with multiple cross checks and a punch. 8:40. 1 minute remaining on the power play. Instead of the shot, he passes to the left side. Still has it. Jones back to the blue line. Shot through center. Good stick for the Oilers, but ended up breaking there. And here comes Janmark bringing the puck into the Oilers zone. Puck intercepted. Marchand with it. And Marchand gets away from Paul Coles and tries to weave through two Oilers, but gets stopped at the top of the circle. So Frederick was ejected and Perry took the penalty, or Perry was probably involved in it anyway, so they're just like, yeah, just get in there. 7:50. Slowing things down. Only 15 seconds left on the power play. Florida breaking out. Drop past Marchand. Marchand back to center, but intercepted by Kasperi Kapanen. Kasperi Kapanen takes a little shot there by Forsling. 4 misconducts, I think 2 each. That works out. That makes sense. I have the box score up right here. Why don't I just take a look? Ooh, nice rebound control. Bobrovsky makes the save. Yeah, so Nurse misconduct. Gadjevich misconduct. Those are the only 2 misconducts. Here, I'll show you. Unbelievable unfolding. Edmonton definitely had the tougher route to the Stanley Cup Finals, and it looks like it's creeping its ugly head into the series tonight. That's a great point. It was a tough road. It was a tough road. Although they made it look easier than I expected against LA, but really they played the Kings, Florida, had to play Tampa and Toronto and Carolina. The Kings, though, I guess some of the games are pretty physical. They made easier work of the Kings than I thought they were going to, personally. In Florida, yeah, Tampa, Toronto, and Carolina. I would say, yeah, Tampa and Toronto were big tests, but they kind of just dog walked Carolina. So maybe it's pretty even. I would say maybe like there were 2 series that were pretty tough. And like physically laboring as well, for each team in the finals. And then one they breezed by pretty easily. Florida had the gauntlet and are just that much better than everyone. The physicality of the Western Conference series were far more than what Toronto and Carolina put up. 6:22. Yeah, Carolina, it just seemed like they sliced through them like butter. Toronto, I think, was a little bit more physical than we like remembered, but I get what you're saying. Stars, don't forget. Attaboy, Andrew. Attaboy. All right, another whistle here. 6:05. Bro, Wes McCauley. Of course, there's so many calls here. It's fucking Wes McCauley, man. He thinks he's the star of every game. Kane has left the building. Oh yeah, what a rat, dude. Skates by the fallen, cross-checked Florida Panther. Oh, was it Kachuk? And then Kane skates by. Was it Kachuk or Verhaeghe that hit the ground? Regardless, Kachuk skates by and friggin' hits him in the face with the stick. What a little rat. 5-minute. Oh my God. This has just not been the Oilers' night, man. Fucking shower this one off, boys, and flip the page for the next one. Don't ever look back. Don't ever watch tape on this game. There's nothing to study. Just go into game 4. 10-minute misconduct. Get the fuck out of here, Evander. Goodbye. Bye-bye. You didn't even get to fight, boy. You didn't even get to fight. You're walking down the hall. You get the 10. You didn't even get to fight. Get bye-bye. Bye-bye, Evander. Damn. Well, denial. You ain't getting your fight. All right, this might be an NBA 2 minutes of end of the game, 6 minutes here, guys. Yeah, he's out. All right, so the Florida Panthers don't get the 5 minutes. They just get another 2 minute here. Slashing and a 10-minute misconduct. Florida has to embarrass. But the Panthers only 2 for 8. Let's see if they can make it 3 here. Oh, and a shot. Nice save by Stuart Skinner. As that went off Wallman. Unable to get that shot through, and taking a big hit up against the boards was Aaron Ekblad. Jones to Barkov. Looking to hammer this one in front of the net. No dice. Edmonton, if they can here. Oh, are we going to have another freaking fight here? Oh my God. This is what I'll say, man. We got another line brawl. Ekblad getting into this one. And Ekblad's gloves are off, I think. Reinhardt in the mix. Ekblad in the mix. Tkachuk was there for a little bit, but he yapping on the sideline. Looks like Woolman and Ekblad. Oilers trying to bully bullies. It's not working tonight. Nope. I swear, guys. Like I said, these last 6 minutes, now 5 minutes, 16 seconds. This is going to be like the last 2 minutes in an NBA playoff game. Jeez. All right, we got some more roughing calls being dished out here, guys. ESPN hasn't updated the stats just yet. Oh, I thought Hockey from Home was about to break into my house. What East Coast province would you choose to move if possible? I would probably go all the way east. Or the Yukon. I'd go northeast. Yeah, fuck that. I'd go to the territories. As north fucking east territories and live off the land, baby. 516. Igloo, Huskies, whale fat, real Canadian. But I do want to go and check out PEI, Newfoundland, stuff like that. Thing is, like, if I'm going to live on that island, I'd rather live on an island that's not fucking freezing 10 months out of the year. I'd visit Halifax every summer and spring, and then go back to the island. But no, I love the East Coast as well, but I think, I'd give it a go. Northern Canada, baby. 2-man advantage for the Panthers here for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Yeah, but probably Halifax for a little while, or like a smaller town out east. West Coast. 4:55. Because I know you're a big East Coast. You're going to be out that way eventually, which would be good. That means I got a friend's place to stay at when I come visit out east. Shot from the top of the circle. That goes wide. Florida able to keep it in. 35 seconds on the 2-man advantage. Yeah, it's a tough one, but it'll probably pick Newfoundland and Labrador or PEI. 124 penalty minutes have been awarded in this game. Wow.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucking.
4:22 and the Panthers regain the zone. Left side, only 10 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Right side shot outside the circle. Blocker save. Stuart Skinner now playing on Kapanen now. Oh my God, this series guy. Kapanen now with a little cross check after the whistle. More coming. Yep, Kapanen now. He's going to be out of here. I really like all those places though, so would be fine either way. I got mad family in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. I have family in Quebec and Ontario, but I don't have any family like out on the East Coast. Oh yeah, so much cheaper than British Columbia. A lot colder and a lot of crazy weather you'd have to face out there too, which is probably a factor. I mean, BC, it is too expensive. Look, I'm not defending the fucking cost of living in British Columbia, Canada, because it's as bad as California. But like, you pay to fucking be there. It's the most beautiful province in Canada. And I ain't biased. I've seen them all. Well, all but the territories, but still. This series is over. Florida in 5. Book it. U.S. broadcast saying they don't expect to see 97 or 29 to see the ice the rest of the game. Damn, Florida cold if that happens. Dude, honestly, though, why would you at this point? Especially if McDavid... Oh, yeah, so McDavid's serving the penalty here. He's not going back out there. McDavid and Nuge in the box serving the penalties. They're definitely keeping those two as away from this and as... Yeah, they're starting their recovery now. They're giving them as much rest as possible. Their recovery and rest for Game 4 starts now in the box, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes left. .402. Blue line. And yeah, another two-man advantage because the 10-minute misconduct. Get a slap shot and score. Evan Rodriguez, right side at the circle. One-timer and score. And you know what? Shout out to Evan Rodriguez, man. He didn't overly celebrate there. He didn't want to start freaking anything more here. He just wants to pack his shit and go home. Wasn't it Take Me Home? I thought it was Country Road at first, but I was like, is this St. Louis? You reckon you're moving back to Big C one day? Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, no immediate plans, but like, I'll definitely be back. What a mess of a game for Edmonton. Well, the kicker to those two not playing, they're already down a bunch of skaters in Florida, is not letting up, right? Another one. There's that circle shot and a goal again. Yep. I mean, it was DJ Khaled. He's the reason. Another one. As soon as I saw him there, I was like, okay, one of these teams is scoring mad goals here. Edmonton doesn't defend the circle at all. They just give up that like center spot. They're tight. They're tight at like the bottom of the circle, and they're tight at the blue line. But that space in between is free roam for the Florida Panthers. Something the Wild actually did really good in defending in their series. Both them and Vegas gave each other no space, especially that spot, to do anything. Icing play here. Still yapping, man. Still yapping. Refs are like, come on, man. We want to get home too. And okay, we got a charging penalty on Florida. Hey, good shit. Well, if I'm still here in Canada, when you do come back, I'll most likely be on the East Coast. You got a place to crash? Hell yeah, Chris. I can't wait. You can show me around. We'll crush some moose heads. Both literally the meat and the beer. 2:58, 4-on-4 for 51 more seconds. This game proves how good and bad the Oilers are. I've never been confident in the Oilers for a reason, boys. But I didn't think it was going to be this bad. And Barkov weaving and waving. Doesn't get that backhand in. "21 seconds remaining in this 4-on-4. But we have a grueling 2 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in this game, guys. Our boy Will Bryant gave up in the second period, but we're still here with you guys. Over 300 people watching on Twitter next, by the way. Thank you guys so much. I wish even like a fraction of you would come over to YouTube, but that's okay. Next time. Okay, Nugent Hopkins back out on the ice. I guess they're just running out of depth. I was going to say, I wonder, I would expected them to give him limited minutes too, given that he was not entirely healthy coming into this game. And this puck's going to go up and out of play. 39 seconds remaining for the Edmonton Oilers power play here. Do they get one just for pride, ladies and gentlemen? Damn, I guess I'm a fake Canadian because I just had to look up Moosehead beer. So you know what? The Halifax Mooseheads are the only junior hockey team to be owned by a beer company. Classified talks about it in his songs as well. I mean, you're a hip-hop guy. You must be a big Classified guy, Chris Gray. Slap shot by Bouchard and a big save by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky's still in this. He still doesn't want anything to get through. One minute and 16. Janmark with it. Drops it back. And it's basically men's league hockey, ladies and gentlemen, now. Yeah, dude. It's good beer, too, man. It's really good beer. 57 seconds left here. And again, Bouchard skating like he's in a freaking alumni game and he's Lanny McDonald's age. Podkolzin's in it, though. He's throwing some hits here as the fourth line is out there for Edmonton. 140 penalty minutes. Half the Oilers got game misconducts. Never even seen that in the liquor store, too. It's weird. It's not that... It makes its way to BC. It's not in every liquor store, but I'm sure you could find it at like a BCL. I first started drinking actually in Alberta because I had a friend who went to the University of Lethbridge, which that's one of the biggest party schools in Canada. And they had a game called Moose. It's a game with quarters, a quarters-based game. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 4, 3, 2, 1. And Florida takes game 3 a whopping 6-1. It wasn't even close, ladies and gentlemen. And we got Rod Perry's mucking it up. Let him go, ref. Let him go. Perry's like, why won't you let me fight him? Rats are being thrown on the ice, ladies and gentlemen. Rats are being thrown on the ice. What was I saying? Yeah, so I started drinking Moosehead when I was in Calgary because of that drinking game called Moose from Lethbridge with Love. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Way cheaper than like even some drugs. Oh my God, bloody rats on the ice. Straight up rats coated in freaking blood bombs. Man, remember when Jeff Skinner was a star for Carolina, now injured? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins over Skinner. Ouch, dude. I remember his rookie season when he scored 30 goals and 30 assists. Kid could skate like the fucking wind. It's because he did figure skating as a kid while doing hockey. I remember he did like a double axel in fucking all hockey gear. It blew my mind. I feel like Alberta probably got way more kinds of beer than BC. Could be wrong though. No, it's about, I would say actually they have more like draft options. BC definitely has way better craft options. And when I say craft, not even just like the high IPAs, like there's just more even like lager options in BC for sure. Alberta's got Boxer though. Boxer's absolute piss, ladies and gentlemen. It's from that Minhas brew though, the same company that and distillery and breweries that brew all the stuff for Kirkland. They actually do Boxer. He was doing the 10 and 2, like you see Kaprizov doing. Phenomenal skater, man. Yeah, he is. He's a phenomenal skater, and he had a really good goal. I mean, he is a good goal scorer, but that's pretty much it. He's north-south Hudson Bay row fucking scorer. Weaving and waving, but like that's his game. Not really much else to it, but yeah, I've never been a Jeff Skinner hater. It's just like when you get overpaid and you don't deliver with those 40 freaking points that were, what is it, 40 or 50 goals that one year? There was something crazy to earn him that contract, right? And we all knew it was going to be a flash in the pan as far as we all knew it was going to be Chichu numbers, and then he was going to come back down to earth to be a 30 goal scorer. But at least he didn't. At least he didn't completely fall out of the league, right? No doubt, just a fall from grace, yeah, and still like a serviceable player. That's why he's still in the league, right? Whereas Chichu is like, it's way steeper. Skinner, hell yeah. Well, guys, what a game. Leave it to me to stream the game. That was an absolute blowout. We didn't have a huge crowd here today, guys, on YouTube, but that's okay. We had a fun crowd. We had an absolute fun crowd. You guys were buzzing in the comments. We had some conversation. We threw some verbal fists. But hey, man, we're all hockey fans. We're all friends in the end, and I appreciate. And most of us here are like either Canucks fans, fucking Wild fans. I know Z's a Boston fan watching. Like a lot of us here are just excited to watch good hockey, and Florida Panthers showed why they're the Stanley Cup champions, ladies and gentlemen. They're up 1 in the series. They absolutely dominated tonight. I won't be covering Game 5, but I am hoping to cover Game 6 because what is Game 6 going to be on Saturday? I don't know if I'm going to be streaming any more of the series. If it goes 7 games, I will definitely stream Game 7. I'm busy Thursday streaming on my second channel, and Saturdays I'm not even covering UFC. I'm covering Ice Wars instead. But if you guys do want to watch Ice Wars, I will be multi-streaming it on this channel and on the City Life Project. And I'm going to try to bug Hoppy or Z to cover at least one of the last Stanley Cup final games. But I will be covering Ice Wars USA versus Canada. That is right. So Ice Wars was purchased. It's a 1-night hockey fights, 2-round each fight hockey fights tournament. Full hockey gear except BKFC. That's right. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship bought the promotion, and now it's all bare knucks. So 2-round fights. I think they might even made them 3-round. I think it's only like 2 minutes or a minute. And it's a 1-night tournament, and it's bare knucks, and the whole one side is American, the whole other side's Canadian. And dude, like Brian Kelleher, Chris Gray. Boom Brian Kelleher from the UFC. Got cut from the UFC, learned how to skate in like a couple months, and now he's here fighting in Ice Wars, which is amazing. So I'm excited to watch that and cover it. Hey, had fun. Thanks for hosting. Good sir. Cheers, mate. Hey, Cosmo. It's always a great time when you're in the chat, my friend. Thank you so much for joining. Same with Urban, same with Chris. Same with everybody in the chat here today. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Time to go talk Ryzen with my buddy Jay Wolf. I will be live tomorrow on the City Life Project for the Ultimate Fighter watch party. So if you guys are still watching that show, yes, it's horrendous, but we make it fun. And we might have a drunky McDrunk. Not me, but someone to note from the show next week. So thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you all. Smash that like button and subscribe. Go check out the most recent episode of Judd's Buds, as the boys wrapped that up right when we were starting this stream. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I'm out of here.